What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the night stream. Tonight, we are building the Gunpla 40th Anniversary campaign from 2020, the RX-78-2 Gundam. This is the original Gundam kit from this campaign. This was a Beyond Global event they had a huge competition. It ran most of the year. You had to buy kits, and they would give out these little coupons. I don't have any more of the coupons with me, but I would show them off if I did. But you'd have to seriously just try to enter in the codes on the coupons every time you got a Gundam. And after so many tries, they would you could win prizes. And I entered in for this, and I won it. And I was surprised that I won it. But this is the glow in the dark version, and I'm gonna get this out of the box now. As you can see, the box is very just plain Jane, and I love it. I love that there's no art on it. It's kind of weird that there's no art, but it's a glow in the dark kit, and I'm super excited about that because it's an HG. The only thing that doesn't glow in the dark looks like is the joint components, but as you can see here, some of the armor itself glows in the dark. There's also some more internal pieces and pieces that won't glow in the dark, but the body itself glows completely in the dark. All of the white pieces are going to glow in the dark, looks like. So I'm super excited to get this all out of the box and get started. There's about 10 runners in all to unbox here or unload. Hey, Mr. Gina, what's going on? Will, what's going on? Will got some exciting news today, guys. I'm going to let him tell it rather than me tell it. So this kit doesn't look like it's going to be too difficult. I don't think it'll take me long at all to do this. It's from, like I said, it's from the Beyond Global campaign, which was a very fun campaign back in the day. Or back last year, I should say, not back in the day. But first off, let's show off this manual before I get started. Look at that, guys. That is a piece of art right there. That is so awesome, Will. I am so proud of you, dude. All right. So let's get the instructions out together here because I really want to get that together. These don't feel any different than any other normal instructions that I've done. All right. So I want to fold this up the best I can so that I can get the most out of it, out of reading the instructions here. So there's steps 1 and 2. So we'll take that and now fold it like that. All right. Move that out the way there. I want to move my runners over to the runner stand that I have now. I want a better runner stand though. I want one that's very decked out. Yet this kit glows in the dark. I got a glow in the dark kit. So it's really cool, Andy. I wasn't expecting that. Ewok, what's going on? So if any of y'all do want to build with me, I do have the stream link. Dondi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm seeing everybody in here commenting. Oh, did it? Salacious Rum, what's going on, my friend? Nanny says hello to his fearless leader, the Salacious Rum. Oh, nice. That was your very first build, Andy? That's really awesome. Dave says he's down to build. All right, Dave, I'm going to pop the link in the chat. Now I can put myself in timeout. Here is the link to join for StreamYard. Enter in that. I will see you pop up into the studio here, and I will bring you in so you can build with me. I'm going to take a few minutes to get everything out of the box. I'll see whenever you pop in. I'll see you pop in. All right, so I'm getting my runners out, and I want to show off these a little bit. I will not be able to do the glow in the dark thing. Apprentice Ewok, how are you, my friend? Yub Nub. Thank you, Miss Regina. I need to pull up the stream so I can watch your comments as I go. Salacia says, hello, my friend. Make sure my volumes are down. I did not get notified about my own stream. Well, that's nice. There we go. So I'm going to set that up so I can see y'all's chats as they come along. And if I accidentally put anybody in the, let me pin that to the top there. Oh, what? No, I didn't want to click the link. Oh, it's not letting me pin. There we go, pin message. I had to click on my icon to pin it. Tina, what's going on? I got to say that this looks like it's going to be a fun kit. Like, I've had some pretty, interesting kits lately that have been really great. And that RG that I built with Salacious Rum, by far, that was Chef's Kiss, one of my favorites. Oh, nice. Nice, Salacious. I knew you would like this. I had a deep down gut feeling that you would like it. Oh, wow, there's only one sticker, and it's for the eyes. Yay. As y'all know, that I am about sticker fatigued. So much so that I actually contemplated painting a kit the other day just so I wouldn't have to do decals. All right, F1, F2. There's my sticker. There's B2. Salacia says, hello, Mr. William. Guys, if y'all haven't checked out any of the amazing content creators here in the chat tonight, please do so. Andy says, yeah, it was definitely a basic kit. I've thought about getting some of those origin kits, but I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love Grandpa. Grandpa is a good Gundam. I don't mind Grandpa one bit. But do I need multiple Grandpas? Not really, because, I mean, this is my third Grandpa, I think, in my collection. All right, I'm going to have to start, figuring out some runner details here. All right. That is D runner. So A, B, C, D. And I'll put D runner 2 here in the E spot. And then the F runners are just going to come back 1. There's F1. And I think F2 is the last one. I'm trying to get all my runners set up. That way I can get everybody in here. There's Dave. All right, so we're going to split this up a little bit. Dave's going to get added to the stream. Dave, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Welcome to the stream tonight, my friend.
Hey, what's going on?
Again, guys, if y'all would like to join in the chat tonight and would like to be a part of this wonderful moment, click on that link, pinned to the top. Dave, what kit are you building? Are you building a kit tonight?
Yeah, I just don't know which one.
Well, you want to let the crowd pick?
I do have that Crossbones. I don't know if maybe I should do that one tonight.
That one's going to take you a while, but if you want to get started on it, sure. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what. Let's do. What else do I have here? I got the Iron-Blooded Orphans. I'll pop that one open.
Ooh, is that Barbatos or is that Barbatos Lupus?
This is says Gundam Barbatos.
Nice. So that's the first wave. Have you watched Iron-Blooded Orphans yet?
No.
I recommend it if you like a lot of gritty action. It's definitely where it's at. And I love the theme song too, like the first season's theme song. I have used that. I've been wanting to use it in a TikTok, but I haven't built another Iron-Blooded Orphans kit yet. Not to be confused with what I almost said, Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Well, they might be bloated too. We don't know.
I mean, if you watch some of the fights, you'll be like, man, that dude is bleeding from places I would never expect. There's a lot of vengeance in that too. I love it. Come in. Thank you, Supreme Lady. I got it. Ooh, what is that? Is that Esperite? Oh, that's Club Soda. But not just any club soda. It's like a sparkling orange soda. It's really good. All right, let's see what we have. We have Andy says I have 3 and looking to get an RG and MG one as well. Oh, he's talking about Grandpa Gundam. Hello, Miss Tina. Welcome to the multi-build. Tell Bob I miss his game streams. And great build. All right, so guys, we're going to go ahead and get started on building. I'm going to let you get all your stuff out there, but I'm going to go ahead and start myself. And this is kind of a chill stream. We're just going to build until... We'll probably build for about a couple of hours and then call it a night. I can't wait to see how your kit comes along, my friend.
I needed a break because I started building the Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile.
Yes.
So I needed a break from that, anyways.
I'm telling you, some of those builds can get a little tedious after a while. Was it a Lego build?
Lego, 3,308 pieces.
That means that's probably about what, like a $300 kit?
$250.
$250? Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I equated it at one point. I did the math at one time, and it used to be like 10 cents a brick. I think it's probably gone up since then.
Oh, when I was a kid, we didn't have those. We didn't have the theme kits.
Yeah.
So
everything was just like it wasn't like a big box of Legos.
It was just use your imagination.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll finish the Gundams. I think we'll go until we finish.
There we go.
Let's see. Blue Sasquatch says we must finish.
Got some nice decals here.
Yeah, Barbatos has some beautiful decals on it. There's some tiny ones on there too. Mod Squatch.
Well, that's why I have one of these.
Yeah, I need to invest in something like that because
I had one of these from my Ghostbuster props because sometimes you have to solder some wires.
Oh yeah, and that's cool that you, and I love that you do that, man. That is so cool. All right, now let me.
Not too many runners on this one.
Full mechanics kits, Andy, are I love the way they look and I love their movement. But that's a lot of work from what I've heard. I heard they're almost like it's like an HG, but there's more like screws and stuff. There's actual screws and stuff. No, that's perfect grade screws. And full mechanics are like these really, really well detailed kits. A lot of posability. Sleeping, what's going on, my friend? I will not be eating that salad tonight. Trust me, that is way too much food. I got a salad from work the other day that was like a buffalo chicken salad. It looked really good, and I didn't get a chance to eat it because we just got slammed and never could bounce back. Oh, Dave, I almost committed a sin.
What did you do?
I almost cut it off. You hear me? I almost cut off a piece that would not be needing to be cut off, like a nib. It was so close to the runner, I almost accidentally the whole thing. Yes, we're using StreamYard. I've finally got it figured out and finally have it working to where I can now watch your comments.
I love it because, I mean, I tried doing a couple streams with YouTube directly with OBS, and I really know nothing in OBS. So
OBS used to be very good, and it's gotten just cruddy lately. I don't know what's going on with it. Like, I'm all pro OBS. Like, I love OBS, and I love Streamlabs as well. Haven't really messed with Streamlabs much, and I need to. But this is like easy Streamlabs. It works out so much better. My runners are just not wanting to stand up tonight in the stand. All right, so pop those in place. This is really cool. I like the way this looks. I'm literally building a frame on this, and that's just It's so weird. It's so rare for that to happen in kits nowadays, especially grandpa kits. Grandpa HG kits, I mean. But Dave, I definitely encourage you on one of your days where you got a little free time, start watching Iron-Blooded Orphans. The story is really deep. Whole lot of action too, like a whole lot of action. And there's no beam weapons in that.
Really?
Yeah, it's all realistic.
All melee, pretty much.
Yes. So like that big mace he uses, he basically shatters a freaking suit with one of those, like shatters the chest of it. You kind of see like you kind of see bits of the pilot. It's a little more gritty than some of the standard shows. But I definitely recommend it. Oh wow. Let's see here. Sasquatch says he finished that MGX, yeah, he bought. That was a really cool kit. And that's an old school MG too, because it's got the old artwork on it. Now, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. You said you used to do these a little bit, didn't you?
Like when a Gundam Wing first came out, like we're talking probably 98.
Yeah.
Like I used to do the kits a long time ago.
Okay.
But I just did them casually because I mean I grew up. My dad got me into models because, well, I actually had hand and eye coordination issues as a child.
Really?
So, like, Legos was helping with my hand and eye coordination, my dexterity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I, started Legos as a kid, and, he used to do, like, because my dad was in the Army, so he did, like, tanks, jet fighters, helicopters. So he would build the models of them, and we also do, like, old HO and N-scale railroads.
Nice. So Jen's granddad was also into like models, and growing up I got into models. Like it was really something my dad was also a model buff. Like he loved collecting models and stuff like that. And I remember the first one he ever got me, I think was the Star Trek Enterprise, because he was a big Star Trek guy. Like he loved Star Wars and he liked Star Trek. But it didn't matter which one he was watching. He wasn't one of those fans that was like, "Oh, you're a Trekkie. Oh, well, you're a Star Wars nerd." There was none of that.
Well, the one model I remember my dad bought, and he was, he knew I was into Star Wars. So
yeah,
he got the Scout Trooper on the speed bike.
Nice.
But now, mind you, this is actually probably. It was around 87, 88 one Jedi came out. But this is what he did. He said, well, I'm not going to do it the boring old way. He actually did the white as red.
Yeah.
And back then, I mean, nobody really saw anyone doing like custom, really custom paint jobs back then. So it was kind of like it was the coolest thing. I wish I still had it. It got damaged years and years ago, but yeah, he used to do like he was really good at the painting stuff. Me, not so much. I'm terrible at painting.
I am too. Like, my hands don't work properly. It's
like if
I
didn't have asthma, I would definitely look into an airbrush kit. But I have asthma, so not gonna happen.
I don't know, like. Right during my first year of working the job I'm working, I had an event. We don't know. The doctor never was able, like my neurologist never figured out what happened. But he kind of narrowed it down and said, look, it may have been you may have had a TIA. We'll just never know because sometimes they just don't show. So if for those of you that don't know, a TIA is basically a mini stroke, and my pressure had I was dealing with a lot of stress at the time. I had a lot going on, and so I think I just popped a mini stroke and continued to just do my job. Like for weeks, I had no feeling in my right arm and all that, and it was just weird. So I got back into Gundam building because of that. And now I just have like weird grip issues sometimes, but I ended up taking up Gundam building because a friend of mine who was, I've talked about her a little bit. She runs she's an artist and her name's Magical Nico Notes. Nope, so let's see. Sleeping says he's moving to South Carolina. Creeper Clay says hello, hey. Nim says she thinks that's pretty neat there, Dave.
What?
About, you doing the or your dad doing the custom model kit?
Yeah, I mean, we lost him a couple of years, about almost 2 years ago, and that's what he did in his spare time. He did that. He actually taught me a little bit of woodworking as a kid.
Nice.
Because he was one of those guys. You didn't have anything, so you made something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like we would go to, he worked for an auto glass company. We would go get the wooden pallets that they would ship the glass and the plate glass in. They would just toss them out. Well, you cut off the bad parts, you take the nails out of the pallets, you sand them down, you got plenty of good wood. He would make lawn ornaments, like the little propeller birds and stuff. We would make that out of wood. Or we would make picnic tables or, repurpose stuff. So, he taught me all these little crazy tricks. You don't have the right tools, you make them,
That's like my granddad. My granddad was a tool and die maker for Westinghouse.
Okay.
Yeah, and he worked at the local factory here in just down like a few miles down the road from where I live in this small town. And he worked there until he had an accident in the boiler room. One of the boilers blew while he was in there working.
Mm.
He'd gone in there. I think he'd gone in there to do some repairs, and like the boiler blew on him, and like he still had shrapnel and stuff trapped in his body. But he retired after that, and just did the rest of his days farming. And that's my granddad that had the cattle farm that taught me all about the castration of a bull calf. That was an experience that I will never forget till the day I decide to get into farming myself, and then torture my own children that way.
You want to talk about an experience?
Yeah, let's hear an experience.
My dad, because we would work in the garage. We had a small garage. He would work doing all kinds of stuff throughout the winter.
Yeah.
So one day he slips. He says, "Give me paper towels." I'm like, "What's wrong?" He says, "Just give me paper towels." So I could grab some brown paper towels. He says, "Get some tape too." I'm like, "Okay."
Did he make his own bandage?
The drill slipped, went through between his thumb and his hand, like right here.
Yeah.
He had to keep the drill going. Otherwise, if he would have stopped, the tissue would swirl into the bit once it stopped. So he's running the drill. I grabbed his stuff. He pulls it out. He said, "Okay, just slam the towels on my hand." I'm like, "Okay." What does he do? He says, "Okay, hand me tape." I'm like, "What tape?" He says, "The duct tape." So he makes a makeshift bandage on his hand. Doesn't go to the hospital or anything. Like a couple days later, because he was, Army vet, so he went to the VA. They said, "Yeah, you're okay. Your bandages, just clean your bandages." But that's just the kind of craziness that was him. No, call your mother. Give me to the hospital or anything. No, just give me some paper towels and some tape. I'm good.
So this torso that I'm doing right now, this is probably the coolest torso I've ever had to put together. It's basically hinged in there rather than being, that is cool to me. I've never had one. Usually they just snap in place. This one you actually have to connect the hinge like right. You see where that yellow is in the center? It's actually got a gray hinge around it. By the way, Jen said the same thing that I was thinking, because this is actually something it sounds like your dad and my dad would have been the same kind of people. My dad got stung by a stingray. Literally just looked at it and goes, "Well, it got me." and just like, I think he patched it up himself. Like, I think he actually stitched it himself. He was like, no sense in me going to a hospital. My dad was he was born and raised on the same farm I worked on. And his brother, my uncle, the one that, I don't know if you've ever heard the story about me having to return the Gundam.
No.
So I'll get to that story in a minute. But his brother is about 9. He was about 9 years. There was 9 years age difference. Like my uncle is 9 years older. And my uncle blew his fingers off with blasting caps. Found some old blasting caps in my great granddad's tobacco shed. And just decided him and my dad decided they would light them and throw them. Well, the first time he threw it, it popped. They laughed and they thought it was like firecrackers. So they went and got an older one, or they went and got another one that they found in a jar. And this one was dry rotted. The fuse on it was dry rotted. So when he lit it, at that point, it just went quickly and blew up right in his hand as he was going to throw it. Nathan Bowden, what's going on? Guys, if y'all haven't checked out the Nathan Bowden show, you need to go check out the Nathan Bowden show. That reminds me, while I'm doing this, let me get your link real quick. Because I am going to pop your link at the bottom to help you get some subs tonight, my friend, for coming on to the stream. Oh, that's studio. I don't need to do that. By the way, has YouTube been like sniping some of your subs lately?
Oh yeah, I lost like 23 or something that the day I hit 200.
Yeah,
like I hit a bunch of channels. I was subscribing people, basically networking.
Yeah,
and I got like I think I got like 29 subs, and they took back almost all of them. I was like at 223, and they took me back down to like 190 something, but then I climbed back up. But I mean, it's YouTube, Yeah,
YouTube be YouTubing. We've all had that happen. I know I've had it happen recently. I got up to like I've been up to 225 like 3 times this past month. And every time I get right there, and I know what it is like sometimes when you network, you're networking, you're finding channels you like, you go in and start commenting, and people are liking it and they're subscribing to your channel, but they're not watching your content.
Yeah, they just kind of like a quick hit through. Okay, I liked it. They don't watch it all the way through. So
yeah, they only watch like a minute, and then it from what I gathered, for the watch to count, you need at least 3 to 5 minutes. It's kind of like the magic sweet spot there, because you're giving the video a chance. You're basically giving it watch time. And what I do is I don't sub to everybody, but I go in and watch the people that I go in and watch mostly like channels like yours and Nathan Bowden's and Sleepings and all of those. Everybody that I've met on here and networked with and connected with, and really, the guys I like talking to. Especially those of y'all that are picking up the Gundam habit now, because it's a habit. You'll find that there's just something about this plastic runner smell that just is addictive.
And I just spent 3 minutes trying to put a piece in upside down.
And don't feel bad. That's going to happen a lot, especially with these newer kits, because the instructions aren't totally clear.
There we go.
But I've got the chest almost done. Now I'm building the backpack. But now that I've told you about my uncle blowing his fingers off, I can tell you the story of how in, I want to say 8th grade or 9th grade, I think it was 8th grade. My school took a trip. We took a trip to Carowinds. And it was like Carowinds is kind of like Cedar Point.
Okay.
They're actually owned by the same company now, but back then it used to be owned by Paramount. Like Paramount actually had a theme park.
Yeah, we have Canada's Wonderland. They used to be Paramount's Canada's Wonderland once upon a time years ago.
And I think that all of those theme parks were actually owned by the same parent company, if I'm not mistaken, because I know that they're all kind of tied in together. So we went to Carowinds, and then because the school I was going to was one of those church schools.
Okay.
Basically, it wasn't bad. Like, the education wasn't terrible. It was kind of teach yourself. So that's why I liked it, because I could literally study at my own pace, and I always pushed myself a little harder. Like, I would always try to get it like 3 or 4 books ahead, because they had like it was like little booklets, and you had to like push yourself. So I would end up going all the way to the end of the year through one subject, and then the harder subjects, the subjects I always struggled with, like English and literature and stuff like that, because I'm not a good reader. Like, the only thing I've ever read thoroughly were Will's book and the Aliens Female Wars trilogy. Most of the time I didn't like reading in school.
I used to read comic books. That's what got me into stuff. And then in high school, I actually got into writing for a while.
Yeah. Like, I tried my hand at writing, but I can't. Let's go through the chat here real quick. Yeah, Nathan had a recent visit to Little Tokyo, but yeah, I tried my hand at writing and I don't know, just something about my writing skills. I don't feel like some days I feel like I can do pretty well with like writing, and other days I go back and read what I've written and I'm like, oh, that's garbage. Like, I'm my worst. I'm pretty much a stereotypical my own worst critic.
Everyone is always their worst critic. Like me, when I was building my pack, I kept second guessing myself, and and then one of my buddies who actually has done props for movies.
Nice.
One of his things is he even does some Facebook Lives when he's doing some prop building.
Yeah.
And one of his things he always likes to stress is there's no such thing as a mistake. And when you're making something, whether it's a model, whether it's just something for your yard, or you're doing something for a movie, you want to tell a story with that prop.
Yeah.
Obviously not everything's going to look brand new. When I was building my proton pack, if I had a scuff or something wasn't perfectly aligned, well, think about the origin. Okay. Proton packs were unlicensed nuclear accelerators built in a rundown firehouse with 3 out-of-work scientists who took several mortgages out on a guy's childhood home.
Yeah.
It's not like they had perfect lab conditions. So obviously the proton packs were, you're going to have, and if you do watch the movies, there are very subtle differences between each of the packs.
Yeah.
So, what I did was when I painted mine, I did a silver chrome coat, a couple coats of silver chrome before I did my black, before I did my texturing. So obviously I know it's going to get scratches and beat ups over time. So over time, that's going to reveal the metal look, a faux metal look underneath. So, and I made plenty of mistakes building that pack, but a lot of people really can't tell unless you're really up close on it. But every pack is different. You're going to be tossed around by a ghost. You're going to be, you're going to have mistakes. You're going to be obviously patching it over the years. So, if you scratch something like, okay, on my Gundams, like the Zaku I built, he wasn't didn't turn out exactly 100% perfect, but you know what? I can take some sanding paper, make some scuffs, maybe do a little bit of dry brushing, give them more of a weather look, and I think it'll come out even better.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you do you have TikTok?
No, I don't actually.
So I swore it off when it first came out, but then I started like getting a little nosy, and like I started getting some people started sending me TikToks. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get on there. There is a community of Gunpla builders who really have. Oh, I just dropped my eye sticker. No, oh, it's on my foot. It's stuck to my ankle. That is a rewarding feeling when you find the sticker stuck to you still, and not to your floor.
It's partially stuck to your shirt and it's still there. It's a beautiful thing.
I have seen that. That has been a. I've actually had that happen too. I had a sticker one time fall, and I looked for it for a day. Went to go hang out with one of my friends, like my friend's kids, and the kid was crawling on me, and I saw this little speck on my shirt after he got off, and I was like, oh, he must have, part of his, maybe like part of the design on his shirt must have come off or something. No, it was the tiny decal for a like LED, for like a small piece that wasn't really noticeable on the kit. I think it was for my master grade that I built. No, it wasn't for the master grade. It was for like one of my harder HGs that had like tiny stickers everywhere. Let's see. Oh, that's right. You got a live stream coming up soon, don't you? Where you're doing a giveaway.
Yep, tomorrow.
Nice.
I did I was trying to help out the Rebels out a little bit with his. He did a trip to was it Cincinnati where he actually got to see the Kenner murals on the buildings. So we did that where anyone that wanted in on that giveaway had to go follow the link to that video and simply put Rebels No Rules.
Yeah,
and that's going to be for the NECA 2-pack of Raphael in disguise with Casey Jones.
That's really cool, dude. I see. That's what I love about this community is we're all very like super supportive of each other. All right, let's see. I'm catching up on the chat a little bit here. I've been kind of slow on it. Nim sharing links. I love anything mechs. I have a collection of Lego mechs. Nice, Blue Sasquatch. That's really cool. I like mechs too. I'm a big mech fan. I got into mechs kind of young with Mech Warrior, which I found out was part of the what do they call that series now? I just blanked on it. BattleTech. Yeah, I think it's BattleTech.
That one.
But the video game was on Windows 95, I believe. And it was like one of my first like games where I actually got a joystick. And it was all you piloted the mech through the cockpit, so you had the experience of being in the cockpit and watching the HUD and making sure that nobody was going to shoot you or anything like that, and dealing with like other mechs that were out there. And there was like you were part of the it was the Red Wolves, I think is what the company was called. I gotta look it up, but there was the that, and then you had the Jade Falcon. It had such a great story to it. I loved it. Right, that's in place. Oh, those eyes look wonky.
It just made me feel old for a minute. Windows 95.
Oh yeah, I loved Windows 95. It came with some hidden gems. Wasn't it 95 that also had one of the Weezer videos like hidden in it?
I just remember, God, it was like 20 some odd discs just to load it up.
Oh God, yes.
Not even. No, it's probably more like 50.
Yeah.
When
they were
not everyone had CD-ROMs yet, so you had the diskettes, the 3.5 floppies.
Yes.
But of course, my first computer I ever played around with, I was actually in grade school. I went to a magnet school because of my speech and my hand and eye coordination issues. So they had the old Apples, the Apple IIs, the 5.25-inch floppies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how far I go back.
I actually had those in my school when I was in kindergarten, because I went to me and my sister went to a private school when we were younger, and they had the old Apple. Well, they had the Apple IIe at that point, and I used to love those computers. I would love computer class because we would always play games like Oregon Trail and some of the more like. There was this one game. It wasn't Pitfall, but it kind of reminded me of Pitfall. You had to make decisions to survive. You had your choices. Your choices made a difference in how your character would like survive his.
I always love
experience.
those interactive games like that.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I had to put that tiny piece together, and that just scares me so bad doing that. Especially with the V-fin, because you know that V-fin will pop off easy.
I really hate doing decals.
I only had one decal on this kit, and that was the eyes.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
And that eye decal is not right. Like they are. I'm going to see if I can scoot them down a little bit. Either that or I shoved the head too far in. That's a euphemism. King's Dominion.
I still have Dragon's Lair.
Yes. I'm going through and I'm sharing a bunch of links. Apparently Nathan Bowden used to live in Maryland, which is where my in-laws live now. I have lived in the same area for like all my life though. I never moved. Like never had any interest to move. Like I lived in like a different city in the state, but I still lived in South Carolina. And only did that for like a semester and a half when I was going to college.
Oh, I'm born and raised in Buffalo, even though I technically live in Grand Island, but that's still West New York area.
Yeah. I was about to say I kind of put your accent as being upper New York.
See, that's another thing I always get cracked up. Like people say, "Well, your accent." I'm like, my accents. Well, you never notice your accents. A lot of times, because I work for a telecommunications company doing customer service, and a lot of times I get people saying, "Are you from the Midwest?" I'm like, no, Northeast actually, but
yeah. Well, see, they hear New York, and the first thing they think is that New York City accent. Kid.
Like they think Bronx or Brooklyn.
Exactly. See, I know the northern dialect for New York because I've actually got people that work with me that are from that area. So I hear it a lot and I'm used to it. Like right now we got I think in the department I work, we have a travel agency nurse who's from around your neck of the woods. And she has that same accent. And I was explaining to her about the fireworks down here and she was like, "Y'all live it up, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah." We love blowing things up down here. Blue Harvest is in the house. Good morning, Blue Harvest. I know it's morning over there, so happy to have you here. Let me catch up on the chat. All right, Evil Phantom, what's going on? Evil Phantom's from one of the gaming communities I'm part of. I got found by them by Mr. Ohydro, who is a really, really awesome guy. Like he goes and supports like everybody he watches. Or everybody who he meets. So I wish I had the time to do it. I try to like I said, I end up like watching the people that I know I'm gonna end up like really watching. Like there's a lot of cool guys in that group that I watch. Let's see. Yeah, Nim was talking about making trips to see her parents again.
Where are they from?
They actually live like in the Baltimore area.
Okay. And
I see G-Force is in the house. Hey, G-Force, what's going on? I saw you in there earlier, and I tried to find your comment so I could like say, "Hey, G-Force," but building and keeping up with the chat's so hard. All for Adam, what's going on?
Yeah, my wife, she's been to different parts of the country. Me, born and raised in Buffalo. Like I've gone to New York City a few times.
Yeah.
Been to Canada a bunch of times, and PA, Ohio, and Michigan, and that's it.
Yeah.
And Ohio and Michigan because my wife has family there.
Okay.
But like me, I've never really traveled all that much. New York can be fun. I mean, the first time I went there, I was kind of like, it was sensory overload. I'm
Yeah.
like I
I
like more of a quiet kind of more like because first time going on a subway, you're like blown away because the train goes so fast and you're kind of shaking all over the place.
yeah, exactly. So I've been to New York City twice, and I liked Ellis Island because I'm a history buff. The rest of the city, I was not a fan of. I couldn't get into it.
We did the Statue of Liberty
Yeah,
the day we were leaving New York, because of course I was just there in June for the Ghostbusters Day event, which was awesome because we had
yeah,
basically I can't say we had free reign, but pretty much they let us do so much with the firehouse itself.
that's really
The fire
cool.
department, I mean, Hook and Ladder #8, they are an amazing group of guys there. They, instead of like being annoyed by the fandom, they just
They
accepted
embrace
it.
it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean
love that. I love that.
they have an insane collection of items there. That's just it's kind of just blows you away.
I bet.
But we did some sightseeing the day on that day. I mean, I almost had medical issues that day.
Really?
Well, mind you, it was like 90 degrees, but then you throw the humidity, it was more like 97.
Oh yeah.
And I was in full gear.
Oh god. Yeah, you were baking basically.
Yeah. And flight suits are not that thick.
No.
So I was still sweating buckets. I got to the point where like our group had like we went through a case of 40 bottles of water in no time. So I got to the point where I was roasting to the point where like I'm like, thank God it was the end of the event. I'm like, I got to take my suit off. I had to try and cool down. But it was one of those once in a lifetime events though. So like, I'm willing to risk my life for it. Come on. My wife's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "There are days."
Yeah.
But on the day we left New York, because we drove from Buffalo all the way down to New York City.
Yeah.
Stayed in around a Chinatown area. Real nice hotel. It was in walking distance of everything. And we decided, how often do you really go to New York City? We're going to check out the Statue of Liberty on the way out. So we didn't do Ellis Island because we just didn't have the time. Because we were also driving. We weren't driving back to Buffalo. We were driving up to Saratoga.
Yeah.
Because my wife had a passing in her family, so that was just a busy week for us.
I bet, man.
Drove down Sunday to New York City, left Wednesday to go to Saratoga, and then after 2 days there, went down to my sister in Syracuse, and then finally came back to Buffalo that weekend. So kept things interesting.
Oh yeah. So
Statue of Liberty was amazing. We didn't do the inside because there was like work being done, and
yeah,
we both
I've done the
like,
inside.
there's no way we're with the temperatures that we're going to be hiking up the statue though.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I did it once,
and that was enough, right?
Did you ever notice that she's not as big as she looks in like video?
Yeah,
she's really. I feel like the French were making fun of us. I feel like that was the way the French were making fun of us. They were like, "Stupid Americans! They do not." Not even a French accent. Yeah, they were like, "Stupid Americans! They do not know that we are making a fat short lady for them."
I will fart in your general direction.
Yeah, your mother is a hamster, and your father smelt. Oh, that's not even close to the French. That was Dutch.
We'll allow it.
That was Belgian, or no, that was Dutch. Your faja.
Were you gold member?
Yes.
I like gold.
I like gold. I quote that movie a lot at work, and nobody gets it, and I just cry a little on the inside.
Smoking a pancake? Bong in a blitz?
Bong in a blitz. That laugh he would do.
The faja.
The faja.
See, I miss old school Mike Myers.
I do too.
Like, So I Married an Axe Murderer. I mean,
okay, you were the second person to ever quote the name of that movie.
So I Married an Axe Murderer. It's an awesome movie.
God, yes, I know. I wish I could get. I've been trying to get people to watch it, and they were like, "I've never heard of this."
Him, Nancy Travis, what's his name? Anthony LaPaglia. Isn't it? Yeah.
One of my favorite things from that movie is whenever he goes into the bathroom at his parents' place, and his dad's got the dartboard with Queen Elizabeth on it as he closes the door. And then he comes back out later, and they're watching TV, and his brother, I guess it's his brother or his nephew, is sitting there, and he goes, "Hey,
head, move it!
Yeah, move your melon! Look at the size of that thing.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's the size of a planetoid."
Sputnik. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's going to go cry his big head on his tiny pillow.
I remember reading that they were trying to, he was supposed to be writing another script to bring Austin Powers back.
Yeah, I think I got stuck in development hell, which I don't know if it would actually, I don't know if it would fly now.
Well, yeah, the thing is with cancel culture, that's like one of the things, like, well, do you try to do it, or
do you just
say screw it? You know, I got the money and I'm just going to do it.
I would try to make it, and that's just me, though.
I get that movie studios are throwing so much money. Like, okay, people love this so much, let's bring it back. Like, I love Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of the sequel.
I never watched either one of them, really, because I got into Eddie Murphy right around the Nutty Professor time. That was when I really got into him.
Oh, I was born in 78, so I was raised on watching the reruns of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I
remember his Velvet Jones.
Velvet Jones.
Velvet Jones.
Gumby and Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. I remember that. See, my parents were born in the 60s, so they raised me on that kind of comedy. And then when we got cable, that was when it really kind of opened up for me with a lot of stuff, because we would get we got Nickelodeon, and right around the time Nickelodeon was out when we got it, we got Ren and Stimpy, which my dad was a huge Ren and Stimpy fan. It kind of blew my mind that my dad would like stuff like that, because he wasn't a serious guy, but he also had moments where you didn't want to cross him.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was the one that always surprised me. Her sense of humor was just, I was always afraid to make jokes, but at the same time I was comfortable making jokes around her. But I'll never forget the day that I was a teenager and I had Grand Theft Auto Vice City, because my parents knew that I wasn't going to go and act out anything I did in a video game. They got me Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which first off blew my mind. Second off, it was a good game. I loved it. I love that, quintessential 80s humor to it.
Well, don't get me wrong. One of my favorite video game soundtracks, probably one of my top 10s, is Vice City. Because, I grew up in,
yes.
I was born in 78, so I grew up in the 80s. So it was all that kind of 80s music.
Yes.
But I grew up listening to everything in the 80s.
I think that was where I've heard. Oh, I think Shot in the Dark wasn't on that soundtrack, was it?
No.
That was a 90s song, wasn't it? By Ozzy.
No, that was 80s, I think.
Yeah. There was
speaking
Bark
of
at the
Ozzy,
Moon.
One of my favorite Ozzy songs. Don't laugh. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
Rita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes.
One of my favorite Ozzy's of all time, believe it or not. I grew up listening to Huey Lewis and the News, Run DMC. I remember when the Beastie Boys first came out.
Oh, I made a reference to Beastie Boys the entire night one night. I think I was playing Fall Guys, and I kept singing Intergalactic.
You'll appreciate this then, okay?
Yeah.
My wife and I, we will be married 3 years this year, but guess what our entrance music was to the reception?
Was it Intergalactic?
Sabotage.
Sabotage? Oh, nice.
Because one of my wife's favorite movies, we both love it, is the remake of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And of course they had Sabotage in it. When little Jim Kirk steals the Corvette.
Yeah.
So that was she was like, well, you can you can choose this and choose that, but I want this. That I'm like, okay, you want Sabotage as our entrance music? I have no problems with that.
I love Beastie Boys. They were like one of my great listen tos, because my parents would listen to Fight for Your Right to Party and stuff like that.
Yep,
Which really blew my mind. Was that?
License to Ill?
Yep.
That was the album.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Yep. I mean, the whole album was like, it was 80s, but also, I mean, it was rap, but it was rock and rap. And
it was like the first time anybody ever got a taste of the combination of the two,
Yeah, and also, I mean, not for nothing, we didn't have any white rappers in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, I just dropped a piece.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I am terrible about that. That is like one of my biggest things I'll always end up doing. And they're always important pieces.
One of the good things about my little setup on my desk here is I have 2 monitors.
Yeah.
So thankfully, sometimes when a piece breaks off and it ricochets, it hits the monitor, it deflects back down onto the desk.
Mine, on the other hand, goes straight down every time and then bounces into piece hell. I'm trying to make sure I don't run over it. I heard it hit. I just don't know where it landed after it hit. And of course, it's a dark gray piece. Let's see if it's under the desk. Under the desk leg. 32.
There you are.
I don't understand how these parts can bounce like they do. All right, looks like I'll be hunting that. So I will be right back.
B26.
Where did it go? Oh.
Hope you're happy with yourself. I got Shot in the Dark stuck in my head now.
Oh, I'm getting too old to do that.
Do what?
All right, I'm back.
I said, I hope you're happy with yourself. I got shot in the dark stuck in my head now.
Oh yeah, just a shot in the dark.
I'm surprised Ozzy's still kicking.
I am too. As much coke and everything else he got a hold of.
Well, I figured Sharon would have killed him by now.
Oh no. I am on step 3, Jen, but it's a big step 3. There's not many steps on this kit. Just make sure. I think my phone volume got turned up. Dave, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. I didn't know if my volume had turned down. Oh, this... I don't know why, but this isn't going in properly, and I don't like that. It's like not angling right.
Okay, that sounds personal.
Oh. Why is that? Why does that not look right?
Oh, I'm starting to get an arm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my arm together here, but it's like... So what do you think of that IBO kit?
I'm liking this kit. He looks like he's definitely a small scale smaller than Grandpa here.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, the Barbatos is a small kit at first, but as the show goes on, or it's a small suit, but as the show goes on, it parts out more and more pieces from other suits.
But I definitely like some of the details. I mean,
there we go.
Some of the details on here, like the
yeah, like the frame being exposed. Yeah, that is a really cool fact. Really cool factor in that show is like you learn more and more about the Gundams in that series. So like there aren't many Gundams there. There are mobile suits, and then there are Gundams. There's like 72 Gundams altogether in that series, and you only get to see a handful of them. It's got one of my favorite like storylines. Basically, you learn why they're called the Iron-Blooded Orphans. You learn more about like why they're fighting, what for what reason they're fighting, and all that. Such a great story.
I remember watching Gundam Wing, and there was, I don't know if it was Seed or what was the other one, because they were more militaristic looking. I'm trying to think of what the name of that one was. Of course, I rewatched the original Gundams, of course.
Yeah, I'm about to sit down and watch the movies one day.
They actually have some of them on Netflix.
They just dropped all of them when they got Hathaway, which was really cool. I want to watch Hathaway. That looks really good.
I'm surprised they haven't done like a live action adaptation, because I mean Japan, I mean they got a lot of really cool. I mean even their Godzilla looks pretty insane.
Yeah. So you say that they're actually working on one now, and they did one. They did one back in the early 2000s, and it was terrible. It wasn't great at all. Like the Gundam didn't. It looked like it was. So it was the early 2000s 3D animation.
Okay.
And it really didn't. It didn't do well in test markets here, so it never made it here. But I think it was in like Canada and other countries like that. I don't know. Like they don't talk about it much, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like
it's the redheaded stepchild. They don't talk about it much.
It really is. It's so bad. It's one of those. It's so bad that like maybe one day it'll be like The Room.
Yeah, but I mean, we have things that are so bad they're so good.
Yeah, like The Room.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes, that is another one that's just so bad it's good.
I mean, trust me, I could spout off bad movies that are so awesome it's not even funny.
I feel like we need to have a bad movie night one night. Just get the gang together for a bad movie night.
I forgot who I was mentioning it to. There's a movie called If Looks Could Kill.
Yeah.
Richard Grieco is this guy who's basically going to flunk high school unless he gets extra credit on going on this foreign language trip, French trip.
Yeah.
He gets mistaken for a secret agent. And then they give him all this Bond type gear. Like British Secret Service thought that there was this guy who's going to be like in his 30s or 40s, and they get this young kid. So like they redesign all the gear so it looks like it's passable for a teenager. Like he's got these high top sneakers that can actually scale up walls and all this kind of crazy stuff. And he's just like, okay, yeah, sure. I get this car? Yeah, okay. And he actually does wind up, stopping the bad guys and saving the day. It's actually pretty, it's one of those, like, only in the 80s could we have movies like that.
Yeah.
Just said,
everyone came up with some great stuff.
Everyone thought Grieco was going to be like the next big thing, and not so much.
Yeah, last time I saw him, I think he was on Cheaters. Wasn't that the show he was on? Where he'd go around and like.
Last thing I saw him, and he had a small cameo in 21 Jump Street.
Okay.
The movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like him, and I think Johnny Depp actually made a small cameo.
I kid you not. The funniest cameo I've ever seen Johnny Depp in was in Yoga Hosers.
Never saw it.
It is a good one. It makes me laugh so hard because of the. I'll just say that there's a certain bratwurst Nazis that show up.
Bratwurst. See, you had me at bratwurst Nazis right there.
Oh, it is stereotypical like B movie. It is made to be a B movie. And it is the best Kevin Smith B movie out there. Like it's part of I think it's part of like a trilogy.
Well, I mean, every Kevin Smith movie is kind of interconnected. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to Jay and Silent Bob, every Kevin Smith movie
is connected.
Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma. I mean, both Jay and Silent Bob movies.
Such an underrated movie.
What, Dogma?
Yeah, it's such an underrated movie.
I mean, between Chris Rock, George Carlin, I mean...
Yeah, he had an all-star cast in that.
And George Carlin, I mean, God, I miss him. He was amazing. And I think they did it, as far as like Bill and Ted, I don't know if you saw the last one.
I did. I didn't see the third one. I saw the first and second one.
They kind of did a nice homage to George Carlin in that. I'm glad that they weren't going to be like a total, they could have been D-bags and recast them with someone who would have done a terrible job, but they didn't do that, thankfully. Like Fox did with the Bill and Ted TV show way back in the 90s.
Yeah. God, yeah. I remember
Rick Dukerman, I think, was the actor who they had filling in.
Yeah. Fox did a lot of they took a lot of the movies that probably shouldn't have had a cartoon series and created a ton of them.
There was a live action Bill and Ted.
Really? I didn't know that.
It was very short-lived and very, very badly acted, yes. Because, yes, there was a Saturday morning cartoon, but they also did, a syndicated TV show. It didn't last that long. I think it was, maybe 10 episodes, and that was it. It was, along the same vein of Parker Lewis Can't Lose and a few other gems from the 90s, so.
Okay. All right, so now I am attaching the arms to the body. And this is it's so different. I've never done this before, so instead of being
I just think I just want to see if you can actually get it to glow in the dark. I think that's going to be the
I'm gonna try to test it out.
Moment right there.
I am going to try to test it out here towards the end of the stream. All right, so I need to. Okay, so step one is to put it in place with the joint pointing up. And then I need to get both B runners, which are currently all scattered about because I'm frantically trying to figure out this build. I have never built a Grandpa Gundam where you have to like slide the pieces in versus, you know, like build the frame around it. This is kind of detailed, and I like that. I love this. So now I find the, there we go, and then that just, they are confusing me here. Oh, okay. I see now. I turned it, and I shouldn't have turned it. Wait. Hold up. This, something ain't looking right here.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Let's see. Okay, so that way. I am so freaking confused. Okay, so that slides in like that.
Well, hi, freaking confused.
Yeah. And then, okay, step 1. And this is step 2. Okay.
Cha-cha slide.
Slide to the left. Crisscross. I have no rhythm, so I can't dance.
Well, you know what they say: those who can't dance, DJ.
This is true. But then I feel like Men at Work lied to us. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. But if your friends don't dance, and if they can't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Unfortunately, whenever I hear that song now, I think of Biodome.
Yes. I'm a Pauly Shore fanatic, by the way.
Did you hear the very ugly rumor that they want to do a sequel to Encino Man?
I did see this one, Jen. I did see your comment. I'm not skipping comments. Okay, I am skipping some comments. G4 says, I think he at least reads all your comments. Nope, he skips all mine. Never listens to me. You need me to sit him down? Yes, he needs to learn to listen to his Queen mod. There's only one Queen I listen to, Jen, and that's Freddie Mercury.
Well, it's kind of hard to when he's dead.
Yeah, I mean... Well, first off, I just called him a queen, so now I've committed a hate crime.
I see dead singers.
All right. The CB's laughing at that now. I could have been a surgeon, I swear, these stickers. Pauly Shore, that one that did the guest house, Jen. The guest house. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that one, but I've seen just about every other Pauly Shore. In the Army,
it's his latest movie, and I'm telling you right now, it is Pauly Shore at his finest. Like it is very stereotypical Pauly Shore.
Is he wheezing the juice?
No, he doesn't wheeze the juice in this one, but he does. He does play a pretty good like quasi bad guy. Or a more misunderstood guy.
Jeez.
He's like very misunderstood. But he's a real party animal in this one.
Oh, so you're saying he was timid in the other ones?
Okay, he was it's more like letting him free in his party animal styles. Like there's drug use in this one, which you know Pauly Shore probably did.
Pretty sure that was in his contract.
It had to be. All right, Pauly, we need you to be like ultra high for this. That's a good plan, buddy.
Are you chilling with the saw, buddy? Uh-huh.
Wheezing the juice. But you said they were going to like do a Biodome or something?
No, a sequel to Encino Man.
A sequel to Encino Man. I would watch that.
I'm not quite sure how that works out because I mean you're gonna get Brendan Fraser back, and he looks. I mean he's not exactly in the best health right now. You know he's a bit puffy, but we all get puffy over time.
I'm about to say, yeah. If you haven't gotten puffy, what are you doing with your life?
And I'm sure Sean Astin would come back.
Yeah,
because I mean he's how many Goofy movies has he done for Sandler? So I'm pretty sure he would be down for that. Just no more spam.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of premise you would go for that.
I would like to see where they would take Encino Man.
Because I mean, Brendan Fraser's character got his cave squeeze at the end.
Mm-hmm.
She was defrosted, so I mean, be curious.
Yeah. Did you ever see what was it, Son-in-Law?
Yes.
When he's on the combine, thank God I'm a country boy, and he's just like carving out his name in the corn. That would have legit been me if my granddad would have ever let me drive like any of the big farm equipment. Because my dad entrusted me with his pressure washer one time, and my dog is apparently sitting right there by the door. But my dad entrusted me with the pressure washer once.
Only once.
Only once, yeah, because I carved my name into the porch that he had just freshly painted like a month before. And there was no getting out of it that it was me because, I mean, literally, I did it in cursive, which I was proud of myself for that. He comes out and he sees my name. He goes, "You can't blame this on your sister." I was like, "Nope, I sure can't." He was like, "What possessed your idiot self to do this?" I was like, I saw it made a chip. I figured I might as well go. Oh no, I left Docs this man up. And Jen says she's over the dogs because they'll bark at just like everything. I had one fart the other day and she barked at it. She legit barked at her own fart because she was just confused as to how it could have been her.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. I don't know where you're getting this idea from. That is preposterous. So I've got a bit of a funny story here. So apparently I was supposed to go help out a friend of mine who is helping another friend look at a house in the area. Their friend's moving from like the Mid-Atlantic area, and they're moving into they're moving to our state. It's South Carolina's not a small state, but it's not like. All right, Andy, have a good night. All the later Andys, guys. If y'all hadn't checked out Andy's tech, Andy has been doing some amazing Gunpla builds. I think he was working on one of the Wing Zeros not too long ago. But like the Wing Zero from Endless Waltz.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing that recently, and I think he was doing the master grade. I'm not the master grade, the real grade. And I like that kit.
You think that's going to be a big one? Size wise?
Usually real grades are only 1/144s, but okay. They're highly detailed.
I mean, Hobby Lobby had it for 40% off, so I'm like, screw it, I'm going back.
Yeah. So the size you're building right now is probably how big it's going to be. Maybe a little bit bigger, probably about the size of Grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah. Tiny piece city, but it's such a. The frame for my Zaku was already pre-built, so I imagine yours is pretty much pre-built as well. Because they don't make you build a lot of the frame on that like I thought they would. That was where my nerves really kicked in. Because I was like, God, if I got to build a frame from the ground up, that's going to be a lot of work. All right.
Okay, we got 2 arms.
But yeah, so anyway, after I saw that I could chip the paint, I ended up like completely peeling the peeling the paint off the porch with my name in cursive in that one spot. And my dad just looked at me and just goes, "Yep, that's your work." I was kind of confused how he knew until I realized, oh yeah, it was my entire name. Like I signed it, sealed it, and dated it almost. I won't say I was a terrible kid, but I was close enough to being a bad kid. There is video evidence of me being like that kid that would probably end up putting their parents in their early grave just because of how active I was. Dave is building. Dave, they want to know what you're building. G-Force wants to know.
G-Force, I thought you knew everything. This is the Iron-Blooded Orphans mobile suits. This is the Barbados? Barbatos. Want some toast? You get some Barbados. There you go.
Now, have you seen the kit coming from the? I can't remember the name of the series. It's like Build. It's not Build Divers, but it's like it's based on the Build Diver series. Battle Dimension or something like that.
No, I haven't seen any of the newer stuff.
So they're actually doing a Build Diver series where it focuses more on the battles. And the suits are basically just souped up suits from the newer stuff. One of them is a Barbatos build, and it's called the Barbatarus. I've actually pre-ordered it. It's like I got it for like $24.
Okay. Yeah. Like that one picture I posted, like the 3 kits.
Yeah, the one that looks like a centaur.
I bought the 3 kits, and I got some really cool like Marvel Spider-Man and Venom art.
Mm-hmm.
All that for like $70.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all.
I mean, the wall art that they had was like 50% off on their wall decor. And then they had 40% off all boxed model kits. So cars, Star Wars, ships, anything 40% off. So that's why I said they wanted like $35 for that RG. And I said, what the hell? I'll get it. 40% off. Why not?
And see, I don't live anywhere near a Hobby Lobby. Like my nearest Hobby Lobby is like an hour and a half away.
Well, we really don't have hobby shops around here anymore. We used to have this one, which was a really great place. Yeah, like they had like the back of the building was like all train sets and everything. They had stuff for kids to do. They had die-cast cars and models. I mean, they had anything and everything there. If you wanted to build RC remote control planes, RC trucks, anything, like you can make it from the bottom up. That kind of deal. Like.
That's really cool.
Very awesome place, but fortunately, it closed down a couple of years ago. So,
yeah,
because there's not that big of a demand for that stuff anymore nowadays. So,
well, what really kind of got me was like we had a hobby shop in town, but it really wasn't a hobby shop. The dude was more interested in selling vapes than he was like hobby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he started out, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a hobby shop. It's gonna have all this cool stuff." And the cool stuff never showed up. It was literally like maybe 1 or 2 items.
Mm.
And finally ended up shutting the store down. I enjoyed my time in there, but he went from allowing us to do free builds to, well, you're not buying anything, so if you don't buy, I can't let you build in here anymore. Which I get that. He's got to keep the doors open. But you want us to buy stuff, and the only stuff you have is like Magic the Gathering cards and vapes, and I don't vape, and I'd rather buy Magic the Gathering cards at a price that I know I'm not getting ripped off. Because he had some cards, and he would go and buy like bulk Magic the Gathering cards and not pick up anything. We would be like, we would like to see this in here. Like my build group was like, some of us didn't do Magic. And we were like,
yeah, I mean, if the people you have coming in are more geared towards Section A opposed to Section B, well, stock up on Section A. And I mean, that's just retail. I mean, I worked retail for 14 years before doing my current job, and if someone's looking for something, that just makes sense that you're gonna go into that.
Yeah. So as we continued to like go in and start doing builds and stuff, like he would be like, "Oh, how about I start getting some Gundam kits in here?" He would get 2, and like we would look at them, and I would pick up one every now and then. I've got one I haven't built yet. And it's one of the Iron-Blooded Orphan kits that I'm waiting to build next. It's the Gushion. It looks like a fat Zaku is really what it looks like.
A chunky Zaku.
It's a very chunky Zaku, but it's considered a Gundam. Yep, will be attending his first con as a vendor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and G-Force likes your suit, by the way. He said that Barbatos is a really cool suit. It is. I like that. I've actually built that Barbatos. I'm actually looking to get I've got one Barbatos Lupus, but I'm actually looking to get a second one to start doing like some kit bashing with.
I miss cons. I've only been to a couple.
Yeah, there's one.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say I've been to technically 2 different cons, but I've been to one con a couple times, Niagara Falls Comic Con. I've gone there a couple times. One time with some friends and got to meet the Dr. Paul McGann from Doctor Who.
Nice.
Got to meet him, and he was really, really cool. Like he actually spent a couple minutes talking with me just to kind of shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
And then I did my first cosplay. This is 3 years ago when it was the anniversary of Ghostbusters, and also they happened to have Chris Lloyd from Back to the Future was going to be there.
Nice.
So I was not a part of any Ghostbuster group at the time. So I said, okay, why not just go all out? I bought a Spirit Proton pack and I started doing the research, met a lot of different people in different Ghostbuster groups on Facebook, started building. I came up with a concept in my mind. That concept changed about 5 times until I built my Flux pack.
Yeah.
Which is a mashup of Ghostbusters and Back to the Future. And walking around there, I knew I wanted to do cosplay from that point on. Not just because like I had a bunch of cool people coming up to me saying, hey, oh, I really like that. Can I take a picture of it? That was one thing. And actually my wife, she dressed up as Claire from a show called Outlander.
Yeah.
Okay. So in a way, we're both time travelers in a joking kind of a way. So I'm walking around in my suit, and this woman comes up. She says, "Oh, my son loves Ghostbusters. Would you mind taking a picture with him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that."
Yeah.
I thought it would be something cool. The kid comes up, like he's got his own little Ghostbuster gear on, and take a picture with him. And the mother's like, "Oh, thank you so much. Where are you set up?" I'm not set up. I'm a guest just like you. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, I said, what I'm wearing is the stuff you can get Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
Showed a few things, and she was just like really thankful. But like the kid was like, like came back up to me and like hugged me, and like and 2 of my friends were like standing in the distance or like watching. I was like, "Did you guys get pictures of there?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "You suck." Yeah. Like the kid had me like I was on the verge of tears.
Yeah.
Like he thought I was a real Ghostbuster, and it was just like, it was one of the coolest moments. I sweat my butt off that day, but there was no air conditioning in that place, so I learned a very hard lesson. Yeah. But yeah, like cons, like we did Fan Expo in Toronto and Canadian side, and that was awesome because we met Peter Capaldi. We actually saw the boys.
Nice.
They had Carl Urban. They had pretty much everyone. They had Homelander from the boys. They had Huey from the boys. If you watch that show,
I have not watched it, and everybody's talking about it, and I need to watch it now because everybody's talking about it.
Well, it's not just comic book. It's one of those like you don't expect to see this kind of a thing from a comic book story.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes, you see someone pretty much pulverized by a speedster running through them, blood everywhere. It's like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison to it. It's pretty much, think of, I want to say kind of I don't want to say a South Park, but it's like that kind of like Kevin Smith kind of uncensored, like if superheroes were corrupt and corporate run, and a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of misfits, like an A-team kind of screw ups, come together to take them down. That's pretty much it.
So Jen wanted to know what steps we're on. I'm on step 7.
And I am on step well, technically step 6 because I'm working on the feet right now.
I think I am going to show off this glow-in-the-dark gimmick if I can get it to work right. I'm going to have to turn off my monitor for a second.
Now, that glow-in-the-dark, is that one of those plastics where you have to kind of like set it under light so there's some glow-in-the-darks plastics where you kind of have to have them in light or in sunlight for them to kind of absorb. There's glow-in-the-dark rope that they actually have, and you have to leave it out in the sunlight, and it basically kind of soaks up the UV.
Yeah.
As a reactive, because then it'll slowly run down. It's almost like charging up a battery, so to speak.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like that, or something else, or just a natural glow in the dark.
I think this one is actually like just a natural glow in the dark from what I'm looking at.
KD3.
Oh wow! So I'm literally almost done with the waistband now. All I have left pretty much is the legs and the weapons, probably. So I like those iron-blooded orphan kits, and I'll tell you why is because that is the first time you ever really build a frame on an HG kit, and it shows out. It really stands out. It's not often you get those in the old, and so I'm used to the old model kits where you didn't have a frame; you just built Gundam,
Yeah, I mean that's like the ones I did way back were like that style.
And then I'm also noticing like this kit right here has no polycaps. So I'm used to polycaps, so that's that's blowing my mind a little bit. Go ahead and set that skirt right there. All right. So I have altogether 12 steps on my kit. And I'm on step 8, so I've got 4 more steps to go. I think your kit's probably got a few more steps than that, but it's really... That first Barbatos isn't bad. And then I find out there's like tons of Barbatos kits out there. Like, because there were so many... The Boys is so good. 7 out of... G4 says he can't wait for the new season of the New Boys season.
Oh yeah, because the guy the showrunner for The Boys is the same guy who started Supernatural. Eric Kripke. He's done Timeline and a whole bunch of Timeless and a bunch of other really good shows.
Yeah, because when you said he did Timeline, I was thinking of what was it, that Michael Crichton movie?
Yeah, that was a Michael Crichton movie with Billy Connolly and Paul Walker.
Yeah. See, I'm a sucker for Michael Crichton. I love his works, and I got into him because of Jurassic Park. But I went and looked at more of the stuff he did, like Andromeda Strain and other great series like that. And I really got hooked on his works.
You psyched for the new Jurassic movie coming out? The next Jurassic World, or Jurassic Kingdom.
Did you see that little 10-minute mini that they did?
No, I haven't.
So it's on YouTube. It's called The Battle of Big Rock, I think. Check it out. It's literally a 10-minute movie, a 10-minute short. Really good. Really, really good. Like I was on the edge of my seat at work on my lunch break watching it.
Saw my wife and I. We went and saw the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard this weekend.
How is that?
It wasn't bad. It was good. It was entertaining. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah,
but it's still a good time.
because I've never seen the Hitman's Bodyguard, so like I'm not I don't watch a whole lot of movies just because I rarely ever have time to, because I'm either on here or I'm engrossed in the latest Gundam show or engrossed in a series. So I end up getting like really like when The Mandalorian came out, I watched The Mandalorian religiously. Mostly because I was always obsessed with the Mandos. As a kid, I always wanted to be a Mando. Like, I thought Boba Fett was the coolest thing, and then I started studying up on the Mandos. And I actually started working on a kit. And I'm thinking about replacing my Outside the Box show with that. Like, my progress in cosplay.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I've kind of gotten burnt out on toy collecting. I don't know.
Well, like with the Mando, I mean, I've seen a ton of Mandalorian cosplays. I've seen someone do a Deadpool. I've seen someone do an Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Mando. I mean, they have so many different variations out there. And that's one of the cool things. I mean, something like that, you like, before I joined the Buffalo Ghostbusters, I did my first cosplay. It was the Back to the Future one. There were people who do, because there was an actual graphic novel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Ghostbusters.
Really?
And on one of the covers, they have Michelangelo suiting up with a proton pack and jumpsuit.
That's really cool.
There's a few people across the country who actually do that as their main cosplay.
I couldn't. It would be just...
The mask would just be too much, like the sweating in it.
God, yeah.
And when I did my cosplay, mind you, I was 465, 470 at the time.
Yeah.
Pounds. And the thing is, you can't find suits in that size. So I went through a company called Suits USA.
Yeah.
They will do custom size, like custom making. That suit was probably about 2 to 3 times the thickness of a regular flight suit. So let that sink in. And the Comic-Con was in the middle of June.
Yeah.
So draw your own conclusions right there. So suffice to say, I was sweating buckets.
Let's see. G4 says Frankie was on MCE last night building the Boba model, and he said it had rubber joint pieces. I yelled polycaps at the screen like he could hear me. Bob Gray says I sure want to paint my face, but once you do, you can't go back. What's going on, Bob?
I actually know people who do part of the 501st down in Florida.
Yeah.
One person I know, she does the full blue makeup.
Really?
And I'm just like, that's gotta get expensive because like they do events all the time. Well, I mean, they're the 501st. I mean, they're
she does a Thrawn style.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's how they can do that in Florida of all places.
Yeah. But that's also the thing. I mean, 501st, that's like you can't just do a cosplay. You have to be part of them. You have to go through a screening process. You have to get it approved because as part of the 501st, they have to they have a very elite niche, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like with Ghostbusters, I mean, it's
there's a little more freedom to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom. Like I keep joking with a couple of my teammates. I'm like, we just need a Ghostbusters movie to be made during the summertime so cargo shorts can be made canon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you right now, like the hardest thing for me is like doing soft parts. Like I have like no skill with sewing.
Yeah, I'm like with my first suits, E6000 was my friend.
Yeah.
AKA Liquid Stitch.
Yeah.
But that can get a little messy at times.
I bet.
Velcro. Like getting like the 3M strips that are already have the adhesive on them. Because what I did was I couldn't get like the proper belt fobs. So what I did was I was going to the dollar store buying dog collars, the black dog collars you get like Dollar General and whatnot.
Yeah.
Cutting them because they already had the proper metal connector on them. So I would cut them up, use a couple pieces of Velcro, and just do like some E6000 to get it on there right, so I could take it off my belt, put it back on, do whatever. I mean, that's what I did for a lot of my stuff, just kind of improvising. I mean, my very first pack was pretty much all 2-part epoxy.
Yeah.
Gorilla Glue. And since I like using a reflective hazard tape, so that covers up a lot of mistakes and a lot of things. But I'll be glad when Comic Cons are back. I kind of miss going to them.
So I've got like 3 cosplays I'm actively like planning.
Yes.
One I'm doing a Sith build right now, so I'm actually working on like a Sith costume. Like I've got this mask that has like, it's got like a skull painted on it.
Okay.
It looks very Sithy. Like I love the way it looks.
Sith clone trooper now.
Not quite. I hadn't quite gotten that crazy, but
Or is it Dark Side, or is it the Bad Batch?
It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Wrecker.
Okay.
But I'll have to send you a picture to kind of give you an idea.
There was a Ghostbusters cosplay I was tempted to jump on if once things calm down and I recover from some of my financial trips this past year.
Yeah.
There's a picture I have it somewhere on one of my hard drives. It is a Ghostbusters mashup with a certain movie franchise you like.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, let's see if you can guess.
I'm gonna guess Alien.
Yep.
Got the Colonial Marines build.
Someone did this like Colonial Marines meets the real Ghostbusters kind of deal. And one of my teammates is also a very big Aliens fan. I'm like, how cool would this be and how feasible would it be? He's like, why did you just say that to me? Because now we have to do this.
Yeah.
And this is the same guy who does special effects.
Nice. So I'm actually working on a Colonial Marines costume as well. Like it's in my to-do list. It's so hard to find the right like camouflage patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that camouflage pattern was like an old like reminiscent to Vietnam.
I found the patches, the Colonial Marine patches. I found them once or twice.
Yeah.
Those are kind of hard to find unless you really like, go through Etsy or eBay.
Yeah. But I've been doing most of my stuff through Etsy. Like I got the Pulse rifle through Etsy. Like it was a guy from Ireland who used to do 3D printing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. It was like I think $99. All I had to do was put it together.
Well, the next cosplay I was joking with one of my friends about, and I definitely want to do it at some point, is an Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Ghostbuster mashup.
That would be cool.
But it would be like I would purposely have a beat up, torn, battered proton pack.
Yeah.
Like it would just, instead of having like the red lights, it would be like it would have the red of the chainsaw, and it would have green lights, and I'd have like a little smoke machine. Like it's purposely like it's overloading, it's leaking radiation, the whole thing is one big mess. And the chainsaw hand would also have the neutrino wand hooked onto it as well.
That sounds really cool. All right, I gotta find this runner here. So F1, F7, F8, and F9 from F1. That's F2. F2 is the tiny one. I really don't need that E runner for a while, so I'm not gonna mess with it. F7, F8, and F9, they're all right there at the top. I'm about done with my F runner, by the way. I think I'm about to clear a bunch of these runners because literally this step here is all about building the right leg now. Because I've gotten the feet done, which was step 8. Step 9's all about leg. One leg.
B6.
I guess they don't want you like duplicating the legs just because one leg's gonna be facing the opposite way.
Well, like I thought the arms would be identical here, and they're not.
No, that kit right there, those arms are super different because it's like, from what I gather, they piecemeal those suits together in the series. So like they're not just one. It's parts from different suits added to it. Because they're
hodgepodge, in other words.
Yeah, it's a hodgepodge. Yeah. And it's that's one of the reasons why I love that series is like it's like what if you were a build diver but you're not a build diver? It's not a build diver series, but hey, it could be a build diver series. Which now that I'm playing, I've got New Gundam Breaker. I can't play the game though because my controller that I would use for like the one I don't keep back here for streaming. Because I like to keep one controller that I'm not going to use a whole lot for streaming. But the controller I have out there in the living room, I can't use it right now because the whole left side is non-functioning.
Now the Breaker game, which one is that?
New Gundam Breaker is basically it's a game where you build your own Gundam.
Okay, I think that's the one I saw on Steam.
Yeah. And you start off with just an RX-78. So it literally gets you kind of like nobody starts off with this, with different suits. It's all you're always going to start off with the same suit. And you can actually play with your friends. Now, I don't know if it's cross-platform or not, but I was kind of hoping it was. But I had to laugh the other day because I went over to my best friend's grandparents' house because his wife and kids are down right now, and they want to spend all their time with me whenever they're down because I have the cool games on my phone. I tend to load up with some games and stuff like that and let them try them out and all that. Well, one of them found my Gundam battle game that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in love with it. Like that's all they wanted. They wanted to build their own suit. They were getting into it, and I was getting all excited, thinking, okay, maybe I might have a little Gundam builder that I can start buying some kits for. Because their dads wanting them to get not out of video games, but not to be so like video games are life.
Yes, I mean it's always good to have.
Yeah, he's trying to get them into
a little bit of creativity.
And he's kind of an outdoorsy guy. He likes to do stuff like, go hunting and all that. And he tried to take the oldest one, and the oldest one's the one that kind of bonds with me pretty well. So he doesn't really get into that. He took him and he didn't really get into it. Like it wasn't his cup of tea. And I told him, I was like, dude, it'll happen. He'll see you going out and want to do something with you, and then it'll just click like that he'll want to do that stuff.
Yeah, I have a nephew who's going to college right now. Well, he just graduated high school. He was into, this kid's phenomenal, tennis, soccer. He was actually refereeing soccer in the summertime for kids. Also into robotics. His school was doing kind of a battle bots type builds like 2 years ago, and then they switched to a different format. But I mean, like the kid's going to engineering, and like this kid's into everything, into gaming, into building stuff. He was building jewelry. Part of this program in his school. I mean, it's good that kids can get into that stuff. I mean, shit, I wish we had robots back then.
Yeah. Will was talking about that con he's doing. It's a small little con actually in the building that my that hobby shop used to be in. So the fun fact about my town that I live in is like everything here is either art or antiques. And then when you go in there and you're a toy collector and you start looking for like some of the antique toys and stuff like that, there's hardly anything there because either A, one of the collectors has already picked it up, or B, they're not going to carry toys because that to them that's not an antique.
We got a few cool vintage toy shops here in Buffalo. We have one called That 80s Toy Shop.
Yeah.
It's a really cool place. Like, I mean, literally that's the kind of place where you'll find, a vintage G.I. Joe base.
That's cool.
They'll carry new and current, like current stuff and new stuff. So they kind of cater to just about everybody.
Yeah, we've got a couple in the area. There's like a couple in our area that I can kind of hit up every now and then. There's one in Charleston called Captain's, which is really good.
We have a leg. Not the most stable leg, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah, those legs. So those legs by themselves aren't very stable, but they're superposable, and that's something you don't get a lot with like fancy kits.
I decided to go for these little stands.
Yeah,
got a couple of these, so I might try and get some more the narrow ones. But I'm thinking of doing some painting.
Yeah,
give it like more of a metallic look for like the space battle kind of.
Yeah.
Look, and do some dry brushing with like brown ember and a few other colors to kind of give it a warm blast look. So
I'm telling you right now, you're gonna like whenever you start doing a little bit of modding and stuff like that. Like if you ever do get into like kit bashing, that's where it gets a little fun. Because I've actually got 3 suits that I've got on standby right now that I'm gonna kit bash together. One being Death Scythe with a Barbatos Lupus. A Barbatos Lupus Rex. So the Barbatos Lupus Rex has these really edgy looking claws on the suit, and I want to get that as well. Let's see, where was I at? So the last comment we got was Will saying, "Too bad you can't come down sleeping." We've got 11 likes right now, 9 people watching. It's kind of a slow night on YouTube. I've noticed that my YouTube stuff's been going kind of down lately.
John was doing his trivia tournament tonight, so I think there might be a few people. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I got a little delivery coming in tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
From a U.S. Gundam store.
Thanks
to you recommending it.
Yeah.
I got heavy arms.
Oh, you did get the heavy arms? Nice.
Yep. I got the one with the was it like that ammunition tank on the back with the...
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one. Because I've seen a few different versions of heavy arms.
Yeah.
So
I love the wingsuits. There's just something about them that's so aesthetically pleasing, And I guess it's just because those were the first suits I ever saw. Because again, Gundam Wing was very popular, like probably about the time you were getting into college and I was getting into high school. Let's see, what, 2000?
Well, I started college fall of 97.
Fall of 97?
Yep. 97, 98, so.
Yeah.
But, Gundam Wing was awesome. I grew up with Robotech.
Yeah.
So, I loved all those robots. I even had a few.
Yeah.
As a kid. But, Robotech crossed over into so many things. Like, the original Jetfire for the original Transformers series.
Yeah.
The toy was actually a reused Robotech.
Really?
Yeah. Even though he didn't look like he did in the cartoon. But that was Hasbro, and that was, Takari about, selling their toys.
Yeah. Takari Tome really kind of went crazy with the droid series, because you look at some of the stuff they had, like you've got Zoids.
Yep.
Which I tried getting the kids to watch Zoids yesterday, and
I liked it.
I love it. Like bad. They were watching the new one, Zoids Wild.
I remember the first one that came out.
Yeah. I actually had some of the old kits too.
Because they had that kind of Transformers Armada animation style.
Yeah. It had slightly gone to a 3D animation, like early CGI.
Yep.
Or early computer animation versus like the old anime artwork kind of deal.
Now, are you a Transformers fan?
I've watched a couple. Like I've watched the movie, and I used to watch some of the old Transformers cartoons like Beast Wars as a kid.
How do you feel about did you hear about that they're going to be bringing Beast Wars into the next Transformers movie?
I've heard, and I don't know. Like I like the Transformers movies. It's just been so long since I've watched one that.
See, I mean, the Bay Transformers.
Yeah,
it looks too alien. For me, and I'm probably biased, but
you like the old school kind of vintage.
Yeah, I mean, it should look. I mean, the cartoon, it looks real. I mean, this is what you imagine. Like they should be more boxy. They shouldn't have.
They should look like a vehicle.
Weird, funky lips, and it's. But Ron Perlman's going to be Optimus Primal.
Yeah,
and I just think that's going to be sick because I mean Ron Perlman's just he's just awesome.
I see we have a hidden sleeping collectibles hiding out here. How long have you been in there, dude?
Like 20 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been building Gundams with you guys, listening to your conversation.
Oh my god, I didn't even see you sneak in there.
In the background.
You shouldn't leave your links in the chat. Any riffraff can join.
That's okay. This is a hive of villainy, and I don't even know where I'm going with that. I'm a terrible Star Wars fan. I'm really excited to see this glow in the dark. Like I'm sitting there looking down, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not that's not Dave.
It might be Dave.
My locker.
Like I'm serious. I'm waiting for Jen to be like, you didn't notice him in there at all.
She just commented.
She snuck him in.
Yeah, I have 2 arms, a torso, and 1 leg. I'm like that one dude off of a Family Guy. Oh no, he didn't have any legs. That was Patchy the pirate. No, not Patchy. What was his name? Peggy. I'm loving the way this kit feels, guys. Tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. I love Gundam. I love their bad translations. They even have like a detailed thing that says snap. It's like, just make sure it goes snap.
Just snap.
I feel like they would have done better to have Little John just write snap your parts.
Snap your parts. That just made me happy.
Snap yourself, fool.
Snap your parts.
Yeah, okay.
So, after seeing Creeper Clay get one of those petty guy model kits, I've been kind of tempted to get one myself.
Anyone in particular?
I don't know. I'm looking to see what kind of kits they have out there, because like which one of the petty guys I'd be more interested in, because I think the panda one would be pretty cool, because I like pandas, even though they're terrible parents.
They're awful parents.
I hear they taste good.
That's why they're rare.
Penis shuts down the stream in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, here comes China. You do not eat them. They are national animal. A young sleeping appears. Will.
Yeah, Sleeping got his hands on the Baby Boss formula.
He did. It's working well for me.
Sleeping, your story sounds about like mine. Only difference is you accidentally did yours. Mine was more like I wasn't paying attention and I just totally like messed mine up. It just was like I started shaving and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right.
Yep. I've been there. Was not fun. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. Although I'm kind of digging it. I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
Try being a 42-year-old man who can't grow a beard.
Ugh. I'll give you mine. I get too much, my friend.
Yeah, I tend to look like one of those guys that'll sell you a rug somewhere.
Same. So tomorrow, gents in the chat, I'm dyeing my hair tomorrow.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna dye my hair Pepsi blue.
with the logo in it.
Maybe I might put dollar signs and Pepsi logos in it.
I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background, but I hear Jen distinctly yelling at an animal, and it makes me worry.
Is that animal you?
No. I haven't quite made it to animal status yet.
Oh, one of these days we'll let you sleep inside the house.
Yeah, I have to sleep outside, shivering, while Sarah McLachlan sings to me.
Oh no, that's the worst.
The song "I Will Remember You" pops up every now and then. I'm like, nope, switch songs.
Why do you have to bring my Sarah into this?
G-Force in the chat. You need to settle down a little bit.
We got to get him in here just so he could talk trash.
15-year-old.
Sorry, the cat is destroying the kitchen over the empty pizza box.
He's gonna hurt that one feeling I've got left.
So I thought about you yesterday. I saw the Masters in the Universe WWE figures.
We just got those in at my local Walmart today. I was looking at them earlier.
My local Walmart still looks shameful. I think that Wasp figure is still there.
That's terrible. The fact that it's still full price annoys me.
That's just because our Walmart is poorly run. But we have vintage figures. It's like going into an antique shop. Nice.
This thing's massive. All right, look, palm of my hand.
Yes.
It is every bit of like.
Is that still the Zuda?
Yeah, I'm finishing up the bottom half and the weaponry. Oh, hey.
Yeah. There you go. I figured we could get a bigger view.
Thank you, sir.
Is that the gun from Zaku, or is that a different one? Yeah, that's a different one.
It's Zuda's gun.
God, how is that thing even carrying that?
I have no idea. This thing is like elbow to wrist large.
I know. You need to get you one of the 8th MS Team kits, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm on board.
Those 8th MS Team kits they have a backpack that you build to put the weapons in. And that backpack has these detailed claws.
I love my Zaku's gun is so damn big. I actually want to paint.
Oh my god, yes.
Wow.
So I think I might watch Hathaway's Flash tomorrow morning.
Do it.
I need to.
I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna get my hair dyed, and then I'm gonna go downstate for a toy hunt.
Nice.
He's gonna go get his hair did.
Hair dirt. Gonna be Pepsi blue, clean shaven. I'm gonna look like one of those K-pop stars.
Son of a pup named Scooby Doo.
Did I totally
Scrappy you?
What? Yeah,
Godzuki?
Backwards.
Oh my god, Godzuki. I have not. That is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Do not quote the ancient text to me, witch. I was there when they were written.
I remember the theme song for that Godzilla cartoon.
Me too. And Godzuki.
And he would always make that terrible. It was like this terrible.
It was so bad.
He made that stereotypical like 1970s like gasping for air sound. Best feeling in the world.
Remind me if I ever meet the CEO of Bandai, I gotta punch him in the knee.
For what?
These mismatched pieces in these kits.
I legit thought you were about to like come down here and punch me today because I told you I was sending Space Buns a Space Buns themed petty guy.
I still might. I'm coming. We're gonna open a car wash just so I can drown you in it.
Well, trust me, if my imaginary sister works at a car wash,
she's not real.
She's the assistant manager of a car wash, and she was telling me all the fun stuff they do.
Listen, she's not real, man. And when I come down, I'm gonna help you realize that we're gonna go through this.
I'm just gonna be laying on my deathbed one day, and you're just gonna look at me and go, Rosebud.
Just wake up from a dream.
Yeah, it'll be like saying Almost Fire. I'm just gonna be sitting there staring at a snow globe the whole time. Made up the entire story of how you were like a great YouTuber and I was just a mediocre YouTuber.
Escaflowne. Whoa, Will Grimsley dropping
out
some cat. This is a terrible time for you to be on the desk. I'm just throwing that out there.
Speaking of that, Jen also said that I'm tired of them. I'm tired of the cats acting like they are starving and trying to eat human food when they have food, full food bowls. Is that just a cat thing?
I think it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
The caliber on that gun, though. That's what Will said. I'm catching up with the chat.
Doing?
Meow.
I'm trying to build robots here, bro.
If I can find him an Escaflowne Prince Vaughn kit, he'll build it. All right, Will. Bet.
Don't take that bet. Those kits are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are probably like $100.
Oh, damn it.
Take food stamps?
Do you take kidneys? I'll cut you out part of one. So look at this. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this little... Yeah.
Yes.
Okay? Equal sized pegs.
Yes.
So they don't go in to the hole. They need shaved down to slide in.
Don't you just love old Bandai?
I just don't understand. The peg and the hole are the same size.
Yep, that's old Bandai for you.
Why?
Because back in the day, old Bandai was like, ha, we torture.
They won't go together because they are the same size.
You're a fat boy. You go down now.
I have literally been grabbing the wrong runners the entire time, so I've got parts all over the place that are missing from everything I've done.
His parts is parts. Oh, working on leg 2, so get in there.
Did I hear you correctly earlier when you said that real grade has screws?
No, Master. That's like the perfect grade has screws.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, perfect grade has screws, LEDs.
Are they really tiny screws?
Probably.
Oof.
And that's for like joint building.
That sounds just dreadful.
It does, but at the same time, the guy I watched, Mecha Gaikotsu, I learned how to say it because he actually said the name. He actually recommends like perfect grades.
Why?
It gives you like the best overall experience for building a Gundam. Like they're really big, they're superposable. He said there's like some you don't want to get.
And he gets a cut of it.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. But he also has weird fingernails too. Like he actually gets his fingernails manicured and stuff like that. I don't know. I grew up, and by manicured I mean like he actually gets like fake nails put on.
Going the extra mile.
Yeah.
Low pan from the Big Trouble Little China nails, huh?
He uses. I guarantee he uses them as part separators. Will says he wants to find Escaflowne. Will, I got a website I'll send to you where you can watch it. All right.
Like those hairstylists that clip with those metallic nail caps that go in your fingers.
The ones to ask you if you want short nail or long nail. I legit have never had anything done with any of my nails other than having an ingrown toenail cut out. That's about as much as I've done with nails. Like I do my own like toenail cutting and all that. Someone was like, "You want to go get a pedicure one day?" I was like, "I don't want to gag a poor, some poor little lady who's just trying to make a living."
Come on, that's what you have a Dremel for. Rotary tool.
All I could think of was like the side grinder on Dumb and Dumber.
A disc sander.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another blade. Damn.
Didn't she break out like a welding torch at one point? Both of my B runners are now in the runner pile.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm telling you, this is like this hobby is both relaxing and frustrating at the same time. And yet I still do it, and then I'm still throwing money at kits. So sleeping, do you see where I pre-ordered that Barbataurus?
I did. How long till we see it?
September.
Oof. I'll be in South Carolina by then, so that's perfect.
Oh, you're officially moving, huh?
I'm just gonna abandon my current life and just move down there.
All right, that sounds like a fun plan. We can find you a nice home next to a Zaxby's.
Listen, if I could just live in a Zaxby's, I'm sold at that point.
Unfortunately, they don't have ceiling tiles, so we can't hide you in any of those. Our Zaxby's is just basically a giant steel building.
I think I'm gonna get some Zaxby's tomorrow. Actually, I'm pretty excited.
What's your go-to for Zaxby's tomorrow?
Honestly, I might get that salad.
Yeah, Jen loves those salads.
They're pretty darn tasty.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not misspeaking. That is how you're supposed to order it, as a salad.
Might go to Buffalo too. There's something in Buffalo I need. And I'm really not that far from Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Buffalo, Wyoming, really?
No. Buffalo, New York. There's something there I need.
That 80s toy shop.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things I need, and I'm only about 4.5 hours from Buffalo. It's really not that far.
That's crazy that like you can go 4.5 hours and go through like all those states.
Yep.
For me, 4.5 hours gets me through most of South Carolina and half of North Carolina.
What's weird about where I live in that the panhandle of Maryland, essentially. Yes. I'm 2 hours from Pittsburgh, 4 hours from Philly, 4 hours from Roanoke, 3 hours from DC, 3 hours from Baltimore. Like 2.5 hours can get me anywhere I need to go. 5 hours I can be in New York City. 7 hours I can be in Massachusetts.
That's pretty
all the
rad.
way up the tippy top. Yeah, it's not bad. And there's turnpikes everywhere, so it's not like difficult to get anywhere, you know?
Well, like me, like I was telling Aaron earlier, going to like New York and everything, but like my wife has family in Ohio, but once the Canadian borders open up, we can go to Michigan in that same time. Just go right up through Canada, drop it down to Michigan, 4 hours, and bam.
That's nice. That's a good setup. Do you need a passport to drive through Canada?
New York State, we have enhanced license. So as long as you have an enhanced license, you're good to cross the border back and forth because you're not flying.
Awesome.
Yep.
I wish that was a thing for me. I would love to ride over to Canada for a few things.
Toys R Us?
Yeah, one of said things.
To find where that lightsaber went?
Yeah.
I know that's still a sore subject.
I knew. I wish I knew.
Can't believe that.
Me neither.
I can. It's UPS.
The thing is, like, I sent a customs form with it, and I said, this is Star Wars toy, is what I put on the customs thing. Because I didn't want them to charge them a tax. Because I know that they get, like, an import tax sometimes. If you, like, declare true value and tell them what it is. So I said it was a toy, and I undervalued it, and I mailed it. And they were like, that's not good enough. We need description. So they set my package to the side, and I sent them a new customs form. I emailed a brand new one, said exactly what it was, the exact value it was, even the materials it was made out of. And then they could never find the box to put the new customs form with it. They don't remember where they put it.
Someone stole that thing.
Someone 100% stole it. As soon as they found out what was in it, it magically disappeared from the floor.
I guarantee it's some French-Canadian dude named Guy. Guy Lapont.
Guy Lapont.
Somebody spilled their poutine on it.
Yeah. Either that or someone from Nova Scotia. Trailer Park Boys has me convinced that Nova Scotia is legit like the way they describe it.
I've never seen an episode of that before.
I can't stop watching it. It literally reminds me of like most of the areas I live around.
Really?
Yeah. Like you could tell they kind of based it off of like the American trailer park system. Which I've lived in a mobile home my whole life, so yes, we are like that when you live in a mobile home. I think it's the chemicals they use to keep it together.
Jen, I wish they did. I asked about that, and they refused to check it for me. So instead, they sent me a check for $50, and they closed the case.
Will's upset because they discontinued the Caesar salad, which they missed a golden opportunity to put a Z right there.
The Caesar salad?
The Caesar salad. Like they are extra with their Z's. Everything's got Z in it. Yeah, Jen said
in Canada they say Z instead of Z.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
And then in Great Britain they say H.
Oh, salacious.
Yeah, I miss him already. I know he's probably sleeping. I'm gonna have to like tweet him and be like, "Wake up!"
I hope he's taking good care of Randy Pinkbits.
Just mentioning that name gets me just.
What did I miss?
Randy Pinkbits?
Yes.
Only the greatest Kowokian monkey lizard, other than Salacious.
Is he like a folk hero of the monkey lizards?
He is. He's been used and abused his whole life. He was laying wet in a gutter and his fur came out. He binged on Kouwakian and cocaine for 6 weeks straight, and then he bought a Patsy Cline album, and his entire life turned around.
And then he got smuggled from America to the UK in like shrink wrap
on the promise of a better future in tea. Coming this fall.
Randy Pinkbits.
Randy Pinkbits. He's here to rub your walls. Dum, dum, dum.
We need to pitch that now.
It'll go great in the fall lineup.
Yes.
Which network?
Oh, definitely Fox.
Yeah.
Why, so it can get canceled?
Do you remember Greg the Bunny?
Yes.
Yes, I remember Greg the Bunny.
Randy Pinkbits reminds me of Greg the Bunny. Sketch McGowza! Love that show. Tardy the Turtle was my favorite character. I quote him to this day. I know the entirety of episodes 1 and 2 by heart. I can script them like word for word. In fact, that might be my John Joker trivia contest category. Greg the Bunny.
Greg the Bunny? That sounds like a good contest.
Greg the Bunny, Paw Patrol, and AEW Wrestling. Speaking of MC Chris, I sent him an email today to see if he wants to be on a fireside chat.
I think he would be cool to have on there.
I think he'd be expensive.
Probably.
But he could be fun.
By the way, I reached color. I'm nowhere near the end.
Nice. So you're almost done there, huh? How's Zuda coming along?
Oh, I'm done with C.
I'm done with the blaster now. So all I got left is shield and the beam. Well, the beam sabers are going to be just like cut out blades. Put blades in glow in the dark handles.
C's
and there's the sabers right there. What did you do? Did you break a piece?
No, I just wanted to make silly faces at the screen.
For a second, I thought I heard Elmo coming out.
Sleeping's here.
Oh my god, for a second I didn't realize who was on the screen. You're giving him that Sergeant Apone there. Look into my eye. According to G-Force, I'm allowing kids now.
Beastie Boys are terrible.
Okay, looks like D is done.
Creeper Clay.
What did I walk into? Don't ask.
Don't ask, don't tell.
So, Will, funny you should mention that. What was it you sent me yesterday? Sleeping. What was it you sent me yesterday?
Refresh my memory. I don't know what we're talking about.
You brought up a certain song that had dropped.
God. William H. Grimsley. I actually sent that song to Aaron yesterday. Told him I was really digging it.
I am hooked. So the first time I ever heard Lorna Shore was because of the Death Metal Cat video. Sleeping needs to put some crazy filters on his camera. Did Sleeping eat the special brownies before coming onto the stream? Ooh.
What the? Must be a Pokemon thing.
It is. I was showing it to Creeper Clay.
I know
Everybody
Jim
else
would like
avert
that
your
too.
eyes. It was only $10 in my local game store, so I figured I'd grab it.
Well, I sent you that one item that you can now use to walk through a GameStop without getting caught.
Are they some specialized glasses?
Yes, they are. With a built-in camera. Now, they're sunglasses, so you'll look like the Unabomber when you walk in.
Only certain folk. I might look older.
Jurassic Park. Okay, I think Sleeping is now confirming he is on something. Creeper Clay. And now I forgot where I put there are my instructions. Alright, time to build the shield. Alright, let me put my instructions where I can actually stare at them without and build over the camera here. So there's old Grandpa right there. This is radioactive Grandpa.
Grandpa's looking fresh.
So apparently the big takeaway from the new Hathaway's Flash movie is that Jollibees is pretty awesome.
I don't know what Jollibees is.
So Jollibees is think of McDonald's, but way better.
Is it fictional or real?
It's real. It's totally real. It's mostly popular in Asian countries, but it started out in California and Mexico and places like that.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And apparently their food is they have a little bit of everything, like fried chicken, pizza, spaghetti, burgers, chicken sandwiches. Let's see here.
Oh,
William H. Grimsley wants to know, have you heard Brand of Sacrifice's Reign of the Demon King?
Is that a question for me?
Yes.
Was that in English? I've heard those words before, but never in that order. I don't know what that is.
And then followed that up with Sleeping. Did Blue send you gummies? Also, we have Apprentice Ewok saying, I'm honestly shook with what I have seen.
Welcome to the jungle.
Jen's curious as to how Dave's doing.
I am on step 11.
Woo, Dave is done. Dave has a standing mech suit. It's not hard to imagine a place is way better than McDonald's, according to Creeper Clay. I like their nuggies. That sounds like something from Sesame Street. One of these things doesn't belong. Chicken, burger, spaghetti, hot dog, fries. That's Jollibee. But everything looks so good on their menu. I legit want to go to Singapore now just to eat food at Jollibee's. That's the only reason I want to go to. Well, that and the vending machines. I got to quit watching See, I gotta quit watching Singaporean YouTube.
Their vending machines are amazing, though.
Oh, I know. I legit put a runner on my runner pile over here for G-Force, which I need to get ready to start packing that and mailing it off because it's getting too big. I don't want to pay those outrageous UPS fees.
Oh, don't worry. UPS isn't going to deliver your package anyway.
That's true. I've actually got a package sitting waiting for a new delivery date.
Well, if you wanted to sit in a warehouse, you can go ahead and send it. I mean, they'll take it somewhere.
Yeah. I might FedEx it. Then again,
Aaron, that heavy arms I told you about, that's been
yes.
sitting in PA since like Friday morning.
Yeah,
I could have had it by now.
So I bought the entire Venom Pool wave for like $100 the other day. I know exactly what's going to happen now.
Oh,
Was that you just showed sleeping?
My visible frustration.
Yeah. When you have kids, you start to loathe McDonald's. I don't know. That's when I'll start utilizing the Happy Meal toys. If they ever get any good ones. By the way, the yellow thing in your toolkit, sleeping, is a part separator.
He's got a separator right there.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go to the hospital. Bye, guys.
You just need some paper towels and some duct tape.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fine. Gotta keep them separated.
Yay! Every time I hear that song, that's immediately what I want to do is just make that sound.
Actually, I just broke my knife too. Cool. What a good day.
Yep, I think it's time you move to South Carolina.
I need to. Honestly, the next time I come down there, I'm gonna buy that wasp just to get it off your shelf.
Yeah, it's still for base price, you know.
It's so wild to me that it's base price still.
That's just because none of my Walmart management knows what they're doing.
That figure's 3 years old now. There's no reason for it to be on the shelf at full price.
And where did you find it again? It was on the
In the NECA section, wasn't it?
Was it in the NECA section yeah, it was in the NECA section.
I don't remember, but I know.
No, you put it back in the NECA section because you picked it up in the figgy aisle.
Was it the figgy aisle?
Yeah, it was on the figgy aisle right there in the Marvel collection.
There's no reason for it to still be on the shelf. Dave, they had a mint condition Wasp from the Ant-Man movie figure for full price on the shelf still.
Sounds like Walgreens.
It does sound like Walgreens. You need to go play.
Because I guarantee I could go to my Walgreens down the street from me right now or tomorrow, and I swear to God, they usually have like 1 or 2 wasps full price.
Crazy. That figure's 2.5 years old. It's been marked down everywhere in the world except for that Walmart and your Walgreens.
Okay, so I have to turn the hand sideways here. And then turn the arm.
I wonder if these people would sponsor my YouTube channel.
I'm still trying to see if I can. I'm still trying to work on getting some sponsorship from one Gunpla store. I just don't know which one I want to get. I mean, Gundam Pros was like, "Hey, thank you for sharing and liked my video and came and commented on it and subscribed to the channel." So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they legit subscribed. I wonder if they unsubscribed.
I hope not. That would be really
we'll just
cool.
subscribe for a day or two, and then
Yeah, they were like, "Okay, this dude's from South Carolina. He doesn't know what good Gunpla is." I really do like their store though. Like Gundam Pros is one of the few places I've ever bought a kit from, and within 3 days later, it was showing up on my doorstep.
What? G-Force, you can find a Namor right now. Hey, if you find a Namor, let me know. Can I buy it? I've been looking for a Namor forever, and it's like $30 on Mercari, and I'm not paying $30 for a Namor. But if you can find one at your Walgreens, I will pay you, and I'll give you a little finder's fee too.
he will pay you handsomely.
He will send you beard hairs.
Peer into my soul. You will send me the Namor, or I will eat the feet of your children.
Joke's on you, I have no children.
I will give you children and then eat their feet. Let me say this into microphone so you do not misunderstand meaning.
I love that. I love that accent.
I come to your town. I rent hotel room on payments. I no pay full price. I pay $8 a month for 6 months. I stay in hotel room. I pee on living room. I don't know why living room in hotel. Not anymore. It's bathroom. After I done, I come to your Walmart. I buy your Wasp figure. I take Wasp home. I open her up. I play with my figgy. It's fun time. But then I shoot you evil looks on stream for the rest of your life. Like this. No more.
G4 says you're getting a regular Marvel Legends Namor.
Yay! I'll send you money, G-Force. Let me know if they have one. I got your PayPal on speed dial from last time still. If you're happy and you know it, murder mercenary. If you're happy and you know it, murder mercenary family. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, genocide.
I love it. Oh, I don't like the gimmick with this shield.
You know what I don't like?
Capitalistic pigs?
I don't like these.
Apparently you bore him.
That is my Gundam box. Why are you laying on my runners?
All right, so all the parts are done on mine.
I don't like.
I'll save those beam saber for when I need them. Oh wait, I still got some hands I gotta cut out. Or a hand I gotta cut out for the blaster.
Can I
Give
have
the man a
this?
hand.
Can I? I'm going to Second and Charles tomorrow. You guys need any kits? I can hook you up with some old Bandai kits if you want.
I don't know. Those old Bandai kits were kind of frustrating.
Really, you don't say? Like their pegs are the same size as their holes, and we're missing polycaps? Because that sounds about right.
Yeah, they're a lot of work now. I realize that now after watching you build that Zuda.
It just some of the instructions are very vague.
I've broken plenty of the old wing kits too.
The holes in the pegs are the same size, and the arms don't fit. You have to literally heat the joints up to stuff them in. It's like I'm building NECA at this point.
Yeah.
Speaking of NECA Gargoyles is set to be released next Tuesday.
Ooh, nice.
Next Tuesday, Goliath will be on shelves.
For 5 minutes.
For literally 5 minutes, and he'll be gone. I think he's going to be a shelf warmer after a while, but I think for the first 2 weeks he's out, you are not going to find him. It's going to be very difficult.
So I told y'all when I said I spent $100 on Deadpool figgies. What now? Then G-Force tries to hide it for me. You did what now? Super glue works on flesh wounds. And then she brings up the Ticket to Ride game that's still like $30.
It's way too much. And it's missing pieces, I'm sure.
Also, G-Force, you don't want a glow-in-the-dark runner. And then she goes, ha 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 ha, after he says the regular Marvel Legends Namor coming up. And then she responds with, notice how Aaron stopped looking at the comments because he knows I'm commenting on his spending habits? Marriage.
What comments?
Love and marriage. Love and marriage.
So I want to see how this looks in glow-in-the-dark form. Be prepared to be under-amused, guys. I've trapped myself in with like chairs and work tables.
And bears, oh my.
All right, I'm going to go kill some lights, and we'll see how this looks.
Yes, kill the lights.
You will kill those capitalistic pigs.
Capitalistic pigs. Dead. Let me tell you about my Gundam. He's nice Gundam. He's very strong, have big gun. But parts no fit together.
You strong as bull?
All right.
Bandai make me not so happy.
There's too much light still, so let me close this out. And get every light source away from it, and it kind of glows. Or is there still too much light?
Move your hand. No, we can't see anything.
Son of a bitch.
I see something blue in the bottom of your screen. It's not glowing blue, is it?
No, that's my desk.
Yeah, no, I see nothing. It's black screen. Oh, no, I see something blue. Something just moved. Move it again.
Yeah, that was me moving the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, here is the glow-in-the-dark Gundam.
We are seeing nothing, my friend.
Yeah. I can kind of see it once I... Nope, that's just still from... Let me turn off my monitor.
For some bizarre reason, I have extra parts. Okay.
Let's see how that looks now. And of course, my mouse is still lit up, so it's probably going to... Nothing, huh?
Not a thing.
Nope, not even a glow in the dark.
Nothing, my friend. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, look, there it goes. It's glowing in the dark, guys. That is really awesome.
This looks like the scene from the worst horror movie I've ever seen.
All right, I'm going to need to borrow it for a second. There we go. Oh, hold up. It started glowing for like all of 2 seconds before I turned my monitor back on. So give it a thorough blast of phone light there. And of course my thing was turned, the camera was turned away the whole time.
That could be why we saw no glow.
Yeah. There it goes.
I think it's glowing.
I think so too. Nope. I think that's Dave's lighting. There we go. So kind of hit it with this a little bit. Moment of truth. It's trying. So I'm going to hit it with light for a few minutes.
Jen is suggesting that you should cover your mouse because your mouse is lighting it up.
I'll just drop the mouse off the desk. I think there's a way to... There we go. Ah, nope.
Also, I love the opaqueness of the armor. Like, you can see the glow factor in it. I just wish it would show out a little better for you.
All right. There we go.
Hey, I can see it. It is now faded away to obscurity, but I saw it.
Yeah, it glows for like a few seconds, and then...
G4 says it needs to absorb more light. Maybe
that's what I was mentioning before. If it was one of those plastics where you have to put it under light to absorb it first.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case. Is you got to give it like a really good blast of light.
That's terrible.
So I'm gonna do that for a few minutes. Now take away the light.
Hey, look at those glowing legs.
It's really cool. Like once you give it enough, I mean, if I had a black light, that would be perfect. Because then you can kind of show off that glow in the dark effect real easy.
Well, if you have the right kind of urethane plastic that's colored, you can make your own black light with your phone.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a solid kit. I like it. It wasn't hard to build at all. Hey, I see Space Buns appeared.
Yeah, she was here.
Cover my mouse. It glowed. I saw it. That's what Jen said.
G-Force, have a good day at work tomorrow, man.
Yeah, have a good one, G-Force.
Let me know about that name more. I'll shoot you money for it.
By the way, Space Bun says rude.
No, she knows I care. I'm worried about her. Did they get the light bulb out of your butt yet?
Oh God.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh because now Jen's gonna be like, "Don't laugh." Did you just stab yourself again?
No. Worse.
Oh no. Filet-o fingy.
Worse.
totally amputated a fingy.
Worse.
Oh no. Do you need someone to come yell L'chaim? Or Mazel Tov?
Only at 11 p.m. on Kouldbaynegames channel can you get circumcision jokes.
Not even 11.
No. You are going to be there till like 3 a.m., which is kind of a bummer. I do apologize for that. I will take our daughter to daycare in the morning before I go get my hair dyed so that you can nap. Also, while they're looking at your kidney, see if they can't get that light bulb out of your butt.
God.
Flared bass next time. Flared bass. Also, I really hope one of the nurses is hearing me talk right now.
Oh, aren't you married to that sleeping guy on YouTube?
It's getting to be about that point here in my hometown.
Yeah, people now know you by your YouTube name, right?
Well, at least once a week I run into somebody that says, "Hey, sleeping." It's just become my new name. Or the thing that gets me are the people who don't call me sleeping. They call me Sleepy.
Yeah.
Or Sleep. I kind of dig
Sleepy the Bear.
People will like log on to chat and be like, "Hey, Sleepy." Yeah, it's close enough. I'll give it to you.
Well, I like that, Salacious gives it a good solid try with Kouldbayne. He goes Kouldbayne.
Kouldbayne. I love Kouldbayne.
And I love it.
My favorite
I don't get mad about it.
It's really awesome. I like it.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, look, it's Kouldbayne. Hello, Kouldbayne. How are you today?" And I'm just like, "You are my best friend now. You're my favorite British person ever." Okay, so whereas I get, yep, he is, and all of a sudden Jen goes, "Oh, what a nice guy." When I had to take Aaron to the ER, he was like, "Too bad you got to work in 2 hours." Oh well.
Rude.
Someone called me Space Buns at work, and I ran away from them. I didn't hear them. All right, well, I'm gonna put the camera on my face because nobody wants to stare at it like a opaque Gundam anymore.
He looks really good.
That thing it's tiny though, like compared to what I'm used to building now.
It's because he's hiding in the dark, man. He's got to be tiny. He's ninja-like.
That feels almost like that, like those Build Divers pieces I've got.
I kind of want to buy a Build Divers kit, but
Get
the
one,
price
dude.
is terrifying.
Go for like go on Gundam Pros and get you one of like the $15 ones. They're not.
Oh, they
bad.
have $15 ones?
Yeah.
All right, I might do that. I need to actually look at an actual website like New Type or Gundam Pros and stop shopping local for them.
Yeah, Gundam Bros is pretty good. I love them, and they give you jelly beans. Like, what other
Not-
store gives you jelly beans?
Not sponsored, but hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Gundam Bros, dude. If you're watching, I watch all of your TikToks.
Your
I need to make sure. I need to make sure I put a TikTok in. Like, put my TikTok name in there for him, so you can be like at Kouldbayne. Here comes your kit.
So I started using my TikTok more regularly this week, and I've actually seen some growth. I'm pretty excited about it.
You're seeing some growth. Should you get that checked out?
I mean, flared base. I can get it taken care of. My TikTok that I put up today actually has more views than anything else I've ever done on TikTok. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
When I first started doing it, I got like 700 views once on one TikTok, and I was like, that's epic. I've never gotten 700 views on anything in one day.
That's how much I got on my new one. I got 750, and I'm like, oh, I'm a TikTok star.
Now I'm back to 180. I'm like, what did I do wrong? I mean,
You constipated?
and then here goes Jen telling the story about how I was high on Ativan because I thought I was having a heart attack. Nope, just stress. Doc loaded me up with Ativan. I was like, yeah, you're good to go. The random faces it. The awkward silence.
No, I'm just changing Space Buns' YouTube name. Hold on.
Space Barnes.
Space Buns. How long do you think she notices that? I think it takes her weeks. Switch account to Space Buns.
You look a gerbil. Will says he is the redonkadonk.
But does he faintly sound like Gremlin? Jeez.
This is why I love you guys.
I need my beard back.
Yeah, mine came back quick. Like, it was just like, I don't need to. Oh, should I put that comment up?
I'm gonna try to give myself 3 of them. Hold on.
You mean like this?
I can't do it. I'm trying.
I can get a double beard. I can get a double chin with my beard.
I can't do it. I'm trying really hard. This growth is from a day and a half. By Friday, I'm gonna have a full beard again.
You hope.
I feel like I need to be sitting in a restaurant going, butter, butter, give me the butter.
I feel like Edgar from Men in Black.
Butter.
Water, aliens.
Sugar water.
Want some sugar?
There go all potential subscribers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, man. All of you do it. Yep, I would look at Jen tonight and be like, so what do you think, baby? She'll be like, no. Oh, she wants us all to do it so she can give it a screenshot, so.
Hold on. I'm sending Space Buns a message asking about the light bulb. Hold on. Asking for x-rays. I can't. I don't remember how I did it. Hold on. I gotta bring the camera in. That's all I got. That's all you get. I can't hold it.
I actually feel like I'm tightening up that, waddle I've got there. I'm gonna be looking like I'm gonna be looking like Bib Fortuna from the last episode of The Mandalorian.
He looked rough.
I mean,
Even more rough after he was dead.
Boba. All right, if we're wearing masks.
That looks awesome.
That does look. Oh god, that Barbatos looks so amazing.
I love his weaponry.
Oh, man down. He just lost top of his head.
I hate when I lose my head.
Oh, it's not turned on.
Face ID doesn't recognize me. I don't like that.
So the good thing is, if I wear this mask with the headset on, it covers up my bald spot perfectly. However, if I tilt my headset back a little bit, I look like some poor. Some guy that's basically trying to sell a pair of shoes. Wait, Apprentice Ewok said he's scared. Where did his comment go? What has been started cannot.
Hey,
Cannot
Mario,
be undone.
as a fellow member of the Grammatical Society of America, scared only has one R.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I misread that. Scarred.
Oh, wait, maybe that was on you then.
That's on me.
That's on you.
Will says, "The reckoning."
Listen, I couldn't see his comment. It disappeared.
Yeah, his comment is gone. Like, it doesn't exist.
From existence.
And I said gone this time instead of gone. I like the fact that that lights up, dude.
It's probably my favorite thing right now.
Oh, see, I want the Predator mask that, like, has the. I got one that has, like, the three LEDs in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just gotta find it. It's buried under Gundam Mountain right now. I have a backlog that is so big right now, guys, that, like, Jen cusses me every day when she trips over it. She wakes up in the morning, I hear, "Damn it, Aaron!"
Oh my gosh.
Or, excuse me, let me do it right. She's Italian. "Damn it, Aaron!" That's it. That's the thumbnail.
Terrible.
That's the thumbnail for our weekly talk show. Quadruple chin bypass.
My double chin has a double chin.
That's why I grew the beard to hide mine. Now I'm just looking at ways to kind of hide it. Might just Velcro it in place, you know. Just every time I look up, you hear.
Well, that's just lousy. I lost part of his foot now. I'll find it.
Oh, there we go. Will says there is a Gollum mask, Will. We'll find you one. He does a pretty good Gollum.
Does he? I don't think. Oh, wait, I did hear it on Star Wars once. When we were playing Star Wars.
Yeah. He's got good impersonations. Will's a pretty good voice actor.
Author, voice actor, what can't that man do? He is talented.
Souffles.
Ooh, can he do a souffle?
He can make some mean chili.
Really?
Yeah.
I need some of this chili.
It's the kind of chili that you need a gas mask with like a day after.
Oof. Oof.
It works the colon.
Colon Blue.
Come down for the con and see you on July 31st. What am I doing July 31st?
I know what I'm doing July 31st.
What are you doing July 31st?
Working.
That's no fun. Can I come to your work?
Come.
I have gas. I'm gonna come to your work to be seen.
You can come watch me look at a psych patient's room and go, nope, not going in there.
Code green.
Yep.
Code green.
So here is.
They had a real interesting part here. I wasn't too sure what it was for. Let me show you this. They show a section where there's little pods that can connect right there. I just left them on his back, so they're just holsters for his weapons.
Yeah. So, if I'm not mistaken, that kit actually has that kit you can actually put little arms to, and those pods will pop off,
and
then you can have the arms that move the weapons towards the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because in the anime, that kit literally will sling weapons at him, so he can grab a hold to him in midair and come down and smash something in the head. Maybe it's time I invest in a VR headset though, guys, because I've been watching a lot of Josh Dub and Molly. Those Australian guys know how to party with a VR headset. So Dave, that new heavy arms kit, let me know how it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna when it comes in tomorrow, I'm probably gonna do a quick little thing on it. By the way, this book is no joke.
Is that the Lego?
That's the Lego manual.
Holy, dude, that's a what? What is that, 800 pages? That's like George R.R. Martin wrote that.
434.
Did Chaucer write it?
But they do have some pretty cool decals.
That is really cool. I like that.
Let's see if I screwed them up or not.
That's it. I've got to get me a VR headset. I want to do VR. I want to do VR stuff with the boys.
Please, we can do VR. We play poker. We can play whatever you want. Let's go.
We could do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, and everybody just throws out pots of greed.
Yes.
Aaron wants a Gundam VR game.
That would be awesome.
So there's not a Gundam one, but the PlayStation has the Zone of the Enders one, which is kind of like Gundam, but it was made by Hideo Kojima.
Oh my gosh, Kojima is amazing.
Yeah, he made a game about walking that sounds interesting. Death Stranding.
Doesn't that have Norman Reedus?
It does, with his weird fetus baby in a jar.
Which makes no sense to me. How wild is that?
Well, that's Hideo Kojima for you. Kojima-san literally creates games that are going to make you go, what the hell just happened?
So I've turned this on the camera function so I can actually see you guys while I'm wearing it.
That is really cool.
We need to get you one. I got this from Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
For $100.
Not bad.
No, not at all. We definitely need to grab you one.
I technically cannot use VR.
Really?
Because of my vision.
Ah.
I only see through my left eye. Unless I close it, then I can see through my right eye. Both eyes have to work at the same time to do 3D. So 3D movies won't work on me.
Really?
Oh.
I did not know that about you.
I am a freak of nature.
Wait, where? Oh my.
Yeah, I'm going to crack this open because I want to see just what's
let's
in here.
Let's take a look and see what's in there, and then we'll probably call the stream.
The RG kits.
Oh my gosh, that's a Crossbones RG. I want that.
I wanted to so bad.
Kouldbayne, you want one too? Let's make it happen.
Yeah. I will gladly pay you tomorrow for a Crossbones Gundam today.
Oh, jeez. right out the box, we got some
Oh,
Whoa.
graphics.
oh, that's not a lot of runners.
No.
So I guess this is, they show in the box that he, at one point he's wearing like a cloak so he can cover himself up.
Gundams with cloaks always crack me up.
Oh, there's the runners.
And this is the comment I get automatically.
Runners?
Crossbone's cheaper than Disney, Jen. I can pay for Crossbone and Disney at the same time.
That's a lot of runners. Now, is RG the top of the line, or is it something above RG?
Perfect grade is the top.
And perfect grade's like $250, right?
Yes. You're going to pay... Well, the cheapest kit's $110. And that's that perfect strike. But it doesn't come with any accessories. It has like one light that functions for the little camera piece up here and the eyes, and that's it.
Huh.
So the cross, the X on the back, it turns into like a little...
It's a fighter, yeah. It's the core fighter for it.
That's cool.
And come to find out, that Gundam is based off the F91 Gundam, which I've built, and that is a super cool Gundam.
So yeah, these got a lot of pieces here.
That is just wild. I like that.
Well, I definitely don't think I'll be using the stickers. These are some small stickers.
Oh god, that Zaku I built is not getting any decals done other than numbers. And that Koublay, I'm still mad about that water slide decal. I hated that thing.
I mean, I did use the eye on him.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only label I used on here.
Yeah, you can... I'm going to tell you right now, with a Zaku, you definitely want to use the eye sticker.
Yeah, the eyes of Zaku are the selling point.
Yeah. Almost any Zeon suit has that like mono eye, and it's really cool. I thought about building an Act guy today, which is what the Petit guys are based off of.
Rename him One Eye Willie.
Oh, the Goonies.
Yeah.
But I still got Zero.
Wing Zero. Wing Zero is going to be a fun kit for you. I love that one. The Goof. Oh, I love that Goof.
What grade is that?
The Goof is HG.
These
all
are
three
all
of those are HG. Excuse me, I'm saying it wrong. HG.
HG.
I'll never say H again thanks to Salacious. I love how Bob will be talking and Salacious will break in and go, yeah, yeah. Just that laugh.
That laugh is ridiculous.
Yes.
Gotta have the bat knife.
Nice. I don't even know where my little knife... Oh, there's my little knife. Next to my 3D printed Kouldbaynegames logo from Shade Tree Hobbies.
I love Shade. Alan's such a good guy.
He is.
I love that dude.
That is probably my favorite thing I've ever gotten from, like...
That's so cool.
Yeah. He sent that when he resent over, like, that, the first winnings I ever gave away. But
Nathan
yeah, this is my knife.
Bowden.
Nice knife.
I got that for $5 at a jewelry sale.
Really?
At the hospital I worked at. They had knives in there. I was like, wait a minute, I work in security. You're not supposed to have knives in a hospital. I bought as many as I could.
You're just doing the work.
Will says, want to know what else is ridiculous? If he says my mom, I'm ending the stream right here. My mom. Are you trying to pop the eyeball out? The trifecta. I was in security. Did it for 11 years, and then my new job came into play. Better paid, not having to tackle anybody.
Code green on floor 2. Code green.
Male prostituting.
My least favorite were the code pinks. We used to have pink
pink
lockdowns.
Just because someone got too close to one of the sensors.
Oh my gosh. And we'd have to stand around the fire exits and watch for people running down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was exhausting.
What was so cool is
code reds were always fun. I like reds.
Now, what was your lockdown code?
Pink.
So that's like lockdown for everything, like even like violent active shooter kind of stuff.
Yep. Well, no, we had two. We had code white was for active shooter, code pink was for baby or child abduction, and it's just instant lockdown.
Yeah, so they've changed up all of our codes because we had to go to like ClearSpeak.
Oh,
yeah. So there's only certain codes, like code pink, I think is still, infant lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that's security related now, like, gunshot victims or anything like that's always going to be code 300.
That's so strange.
Yeah. Like, it was so weird. Like, all of our codes changed up, and I don't know any of them now. And Will did it. My mom.
I'm done with Will. I'm going to be his high five ghost today.
Everyone's rubbing their eyes. Haha, we know what that means.
Drugs.
Time for bed.
Oh, yeah, time for bed.
Yeah.
Yes, time for
bed.
It's
11:06. Jen's got to get up early.
I got to get up early, too. I got to get my hair dyed in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to get my hair dyed, but there ain't much left.
Half blue?
No, we're just going Pepsi Blue all day. It's going to match this tattoo.
I'm going to get a sunburn on top of my head and become 7-Up.
Terrible.
But, gentlemen, I'm going to let you go on to bed. It has been a great night, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and building. Thank you to the crowd for hanging out with me. If you didn't hang out with me, I know where you live. That's the most that's the least intimidating knife I think I've ever held at anybody.
And ladies and germs in the chat, if you don't mind, if you're not subscribed to Mr. Dave right here, side of the world, shoot him a subscription. This man deserves.
Go to this link right there to subscribe to Dave's Dimension. And if that links to Dave's Empire, I apologize, but that shouldn't link to Dave's Empire. That should go to Dave's Dimension.
All right, sleeping, settle down. This isn't a dungeon dimension situation.
But Dave, I want to thank you for coming in tonight and building.
No
Sleeping, I want to thank you as well for coming in and building. Everybody knows your link because basically everybody from here is from your community as well. So we're all big one happy community. Except whenever someone gets a special toy and nobody else does, then it's like Thunderdome.
Jealousy. I've actually been reaching out to new communities over the last 2 days. I might have a bunch of new people to join our community in the next week or two.
Nice. I've been working on that as well.
I've actually gotten really in with the Pokemon folks, like the cards and the games. And for some reason, I've gotten really in with the YouTube weed crowd, the people who like buy and try. There's a guy in our community named Puff TV.
Yeah,
I've actually got to talking to him and his friends, and I've kind of like inched my way into that community. So I might end up pulling those folks over here because we're all collecting something,
Yeah.
It's just different aspects of it. So we might have some new people coming in. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
Everybody geeks about something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Geeks and tweaks.
Done. I'm out.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and TikTok. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of today's stream, what you'd like to see me stream next. Let me know what kit you want to see me build next. I've got plenty of them, so if you find a kit you like on the internet, let me know. I'll look at it, see if I can get it. As always, it's a lot of fun. Check out the merch shop where you can support the channel by getting some awesome merch. Not quite like the 1000th Ghost merch, which is really cool as well. If you haven't checked out any of my friends, any of my wonderful friends, go check it out. Yeah, this camera's amazing. I really like this. I mean, it doesn't focus too well outside of the focus box, but I love this camera. You're right, Jen. But anyway, as Namariel says, good night, everyone. Thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, and das vidanya.